Top of the top. We up once again, back. What's up? Live on the web. Shout out to everybody around the world. We live. Shout out to everybody that's tapped in. Let's go. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Will. Thank you. About to get into it, y'all. Shout out to everybody that's up. What's up, Miss Latina? Intro. Right. We just getting started. Got a lot to talk about today, y'all. Yes, we do. Yeah, today gonna be good. Yeah, it's gonna be good. So I know it's gonna be good before I even do it. What I mean is some episodes I don't care about, and there's some episodes that I want to do. That's about it. What up, y'all? Top of the top. What's good? Ain't nothing much. Hopefully everybody feeling good today. About to get into a lot. Hip-hop is disgrace, y'all. Not just hip-hop, is you know what. Hip-hop really means black anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're going to get into it. I ain't just trying to talk about that. But what I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm trying to move on with my life, but every day, this stuff won't stop. And I know what it means. So I got to talk about it because I got to show y'all. Yeah. We're talking about a lot of things today. What's up? Top of the top. What's up, Melanies? Intro. What's up, D Hobbs? What's up, Scholar Rock? What's up? We live around here. I don't know what they thought. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is my favorite part of the day. What's up, Sandra D? What's up, Jockette? What's up, QB? Ye son. Thank you very much, Miss Solara. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Salute to everybody in the chat. Everybody that's tapped in. Everybody that know what time it is. What's up, Don Harlem? That's right. Salute to y'all, man. Y'all know what's up. Ain't nothing but love, y'all. But like I say, man, yo. People that want to get somewhere in life, man, ain't no time to play no more. And like I said, man, if you know for a fact you've been living a lie, a particular life, you should want something else. You should be at least trying to figure something else out. All right? Like I was told, man. Knowledge is stuff you never heard before. If it's stuff you heard already, that ain't no knowledge. That ain't nothing new. So like I said, around here, I ain't going to keep saying what you used to. So a lot of times you ain't going to be feeling stuff. It don't matter. But one thing I know, the smart people, they just be listening. They be like, man, I don't care what he talking. I don't care about him. I'm listening to what he's saying. I'm picking up everything he's saying. That's the smart people. All right, let's go. Yeah, YouTube, you got to be a fool, man. So I got to be a clown too. I know my role as an entertainer, I got to be a clown. So we're going to talk about that today, y'all, for those who didn't get it. We're going to be talking about today how this whole thing with entertainment been always set up like that. It was always set up for them to be disgraced, broke and disgraced. So when I do the title over, I got to put broke and disgraced because they broke and they being disgraced. But that was always how it's supposed to be. So we're going to talk about it today for those who don't get it. It ain't about what you don't get. This is about education of a time frame that has passed and people was unaware and they still sleep. I don't care if they sleep. I'm just correcting this. I'm putting this on the internet, man. Everything I've been doing for the world. That's why I said if you tap in, that's on you. If you chase covers, that's on you. I've been doing this for the world. I know, I'm on the web. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? People in the UK been getting this like nothing. People in London, everybody else been getting it. Canada, they eating it up. But they getting what's really going on, man. They getting what they already knew. Yeah, everybody already know what I'm talking about, y'all. That's the whole thing. It's just that nobody was supposed to tell us. Yeah, so we're going to get into it. We got a lot to talk about today, y'all. But we definitely going to be going into it. Let's go. Y'all waited long enough. Shout out to the replay gang, everybody that been in the comment section. I'm going to tell y'all again. Sometimes y'all comments get held if you're doing too much, and a lot of y'all especially some of y'all be trying to slick spam. It's gonna pick it up. And I'm gonna say this again today. A lot of y'all be trying to slick spam. You don't think I know what y'all be doing, but when you get exposed, don't say I didn't warn you. All right? Don't say I didn't warn you. All right? I'm gonna tell y'all again. Y'all all on the same system, the same program. I watch other chats. I watch a lot of stuff. If I can sit here and break down celebrities, what make you think I want to expose your simple ass? I'm going to tell you again. Those whack ass emojis y'all be trying to spam with, that shit ain't gonna work. Keep it going, and watch you gonna get your day. I'm gonna tell y'all again, and I'm gonna tell you this too. Don't think you slick just because you got a membership. I'm gonna tell you that again. That's all I'm gonna say. All right? Who's next? Hip Hop Disgrace, and their fans are lost. That's what I see. Hip hop is disgrace, and their fans have nothing else. Can't use the excuse that you want to be a rapper no more. You can't use no excuse about nothing. Method Man. Ha 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 ha. Isn't it very funny? Method Man is dressed up in a blueberry outfit. Even though last week, what were we saying? We were taking a look at how Method Man is fruity. Because like I said, it's all of them. But if you want to get the biggest clue where you'll never forget, anybody that was signed to Def Jam. Anybody that was a Def Jam superstar, Def Jam favorite. Method Man. Old dirty bastard, rest in peace. Method Man. Still on TV. Method Man played the role of a clown, y'all. Because they going broke. They broke, y'all. Method Man put on a blueberry muffin outfit. And was singing Jump Around. Then in the next round, his ass got sent home. Because he's a clown. So I've been telling y'all what's going on. No, they all been reduced to ashes. All of them been reduced. All of them have been reduced to how Hollywood first started. When it first started, they were not accepted. And when they were accepted, their job was to play low down, dirty, degrading roles, right? Their job was to only get on screens and embarrass their people. That was it. They were only paid to do everything backwards, not forwards. When Hollywood started, religion was the top priority in this country. The main people who love religion, whether they were brainwashed or not, was them people right there in black entertainment. And them black households was free. They couldn't party, they couldn't do nothing. They had to stay in that book, go to church, do chores, they couldn't do nothing. As they got older, they started to want to have fun. And after that, when that TV came out, they wanted to be on TV. So this is when the blacks started to have dreams of getting out the house. And they started having dreams of being just like the white man they seen on that TV. Because they always thought that was the better life. But one thing they never understood, man, that better life was never for them. I say it like this. Your better life gonna come one way. But when you start messing with them, they're not gonna make sure you have a better life, dummy. And that's what a lot of people didn't understand, right? So entertainers are clowns. Black entertainers are clowns. 1,000 years ago, it's called a jester. It's called a juggler. Okay, for anybody that's slow, the one that stands there and juggle balls, doing nothing, with a stupid outfit on, just standing there all day, entertaining. And if he made the king mad, king chop his head off, he made the king laugh. If the king told the jester, go entertain those people, and his ass say entertain them people, his ass got dealt with. That's his job. Just the job, make people happy, make people laugh. Even when they mad, sad, don't matter. Do your job. Entertain, fool. The gesture also is tied in with the acting, the music, entertainment. It goes back thousands of years. But somehow these people right here on the screen, these people in America, right? They thought just because they people was in this thing and getting money and winning, they thought somehow they ran the shit. Or they really thought they were important or powerful. And this went on for 30 years because to put you in a fake-ass world, we made you think these people were important and more powerful than what they was. How the hell are we going to put you in a fake world? How the hell are we going to teach? How the hell are we going to get y'all to embrace false power? No, you're going to get groomed into this. So they started this thing called black celebrity, a.k.a. let's make it look like blacks winning. Let's make it look like blacks taking over. Let's make it look like they're getting rich and they're on top of the world. And they did it for 30 years. So what happened? The plan worked. A lot of y'all believed it. Y'all believed there was a such thing as they on top. They powerful. They can't be stopped. They rich. Not thinking somebody's behind the whole shit. Even though you know all of them come from trash, come from nothing. All of them got a goddamn poor story. All of them got a broken home story. But somehow they become your leader. They're all at the top. But to the people that pay them and know who they are, they always been a nobody. They always entertainers. So what are we going to look at today? I'm going to show you how entertainers know they roll. They know they roll when they in this game, what they got to do. So what I was telling you, they all know how to do it different. They all do it different. They all got their way of doing it. But the bottom line is, when you came in this game as somebody so-called minority, because it's the system for all of them. The blacks, the Asians, y'all gonna be the most humiliated. But them so-called blacks, they're gonna be the most humiliated of all humiliated. Because people forget that's how it always been. People forget people forget even you cut of minorities. If you go back 100 years ago, so-called Latino was always favored over them. Asians was favored over them. If you go back in the history, that's why I told people, watch the movie Babylon, you will get it clear. Shout out to the people that's tapped in and watched movie The Code, you'll get it clear. They were always the bottom of the barrel. Always. I don't know why people understand that part. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why people understand that part. So when I told you, in the last day we in now, when I say the last day, I'm talking about the last day of an era, y'all. We ain't in no last day, ain't nothing over. We at the end of an era. So you're going to see, at the end of this era, you know about Whoopi Goldberg. I know about Whoopi Goldberg from a child. You're going to see we all know the same celebrities. We all know they got their background. We all know their story. So I'm going to tell y'all, I also don't know why some people still be shouting out this, that. We all know already, y'all. We know the same thing. But when I told you in the end they got to be freaks, when I told you they ain't getting no check, unless they show their true colors, y'all know their true colors. If they don't show that they are, you know what? Whether they are or not. See, the whole Hollywood game was also this. It wasn't about if they was rainbow or not. They had to portray that role regardless. So even if you were straight and that's not you, when you on this TV, this is what you got to be. You're going to be this. And that's how it went. So that's why a lot of them would get into those drugs and alcoholism. You always heard these things throughout the years. Because a lot of times they know they had to do stuff they didn't want to do. So the way this game works, when you come in that game and you get that money, you're going to be and do what they tell you to do, meaning you ain't going to be you're going to be the image we want you to be. If it was a time y'all had your head on your back in ponytails, when you're on this TV, you ain't going to look like that. When you're on this TV, you're going to be opposite. So if you had your hair perm going down your back on this TV, your shit going to be nappy. That's how it works. That's how it works. When I broke down that it was hairstyles in TV shows in the 90s we grew up watching, I saw now they had people wearing hairstyles that came off TV because they always wrote down on paper how they wanted you to look. They drew pictures how they always wanted you to look. They always had ways they wanted you to look, but they didn't have a chance to execute it till this thing called Hollywood took off. And ever since Hollywood took off, this is where you get all your trends and fashions from, especially if you're not from major cities that are trendsetters. All right? So everybody brought the dread bald head thing as a fad. That's one thing, but no, that's not what it was. You're going to see Whoopi Goldberg looks horrible. She looks like you know what she looked like. All right? Masculine. Because in that game to get that money, it's about feminine and masculine. It ain't even about sexuality. Feminine, masculine. And you will see, the older Whoopi got, the more masculine she looked. Woman, she looked like she'll tear your ass up. Yup. The question is, did Whoopi want to look like that? Or did they make her look like that? Because in reality, Whoopi looks like a freak. You see, then we already know what? They all got to go what? Bald. Turn into a what? Masculine. So Whoopi's way of doing it was shaving the sides. She said, I'm not going bald-headed. She had to shave the sides. But you're looking at Whoopi embarrassed. You're looking at Whoopi working to the day she died. They said Whoopi almost had a damn heart attack on TV yesterday, getting upset. Why? She's old. People forget these people been doing this shit 30, 40 years. Whoopi been doing this 40 years, y'all. I know that for a fact. She been doing this 40 years. I remember when I was a little kid and I had to go in the room because she was doing comedy. Way before all this shit. No, Whoopi Goldberg's another prisoner. No, she is the certified. Remember, they got a handful of black faces they use for inspiration. It's decades of this. They got people for me. They got people for you. They got people for your aunt, people for your grandma. Yeah, she's for our elders. Yeah. Now what I'm going to show you. Whoopi Goldberg, you know she didn't look like that. You're going to see now she a little masculine. Let's go. Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey always did it. He just did it his way. Steve Harvey always have on lipstick. Always. Always. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Everything's going to be proven today. A lot of y'all going to learn something. It's not about them being that. It's about what they got to do. It's about what the people make them do that pay the check. It is the standard, the ritual. You're going to put on this lipstick. Matter of fact, it's anything feminine. You got to do something to show your feminine side. And that's what they got to do to get that paper. So you see Steve Harvey, the lipstick. He been doing it. He been doing it. He just does it slick. He knows what ones to put on where you won't people like that. Yes, they all. See Steve Harvey, he not going to wear no earrings. He don't do, so he ain't going to be, he might not wear all those colors all the time. That's his way. All right, everybody, because it's not about what Steve Harvey knows entertainment, y'all. So you're going to see the ones that know entertainment, the ones that really know what it is, really know their place. They're the ones that get in line, do what they got to do, and they get rich. So we talk about you getting rich. Know why you always trying to talk about getting rich? Because of Little Richard. He was the first to get rich. Little Richard means little you know what. Richard means D-I-C-K. So I'm going to show you. When I told you the people that ran this, then they brought all this music out when the Klan was on top. And when the Klan was on top, they had a movement. We're going to make y'all look the lesser, worse than worse. Because see, at first we had y'all wearing blackface. But y'all was still able to be yourself. But when the Klan took power, you ain't got to wear blackface no more. You going to look like this. See, let me show y'all this American history, y'all. Some of y'all just pick and choose your history and all this stuff. When the Klan was in power, y'all gonna look like this on the TV. When the Klan was in power, I'm gonna say it again, when the Klan was running shit, 5 million deep in politics, running this thing. When y'all be in entertainment, this how y'all gonna look. Y'all gonna always look super feminine. Because remember, before that was the blackface. Remember, I'm going to say it again. The blackface was before that. When y'all on that TV in this country, we dealing with this process called remix. And we're creating this narrative. Whites are on top, blacks are on the bottom. So for us to make this stick, every time we show y'all got to look like y'all at the bottom. And that's how it's going to be. We're gonna put all whites on pedestals, even though they're not. Because the only whites on pedestals is royal elite bloodlines. Everybody born in this country was nobodies. Everybody born in this country was bums. Straight up prisoners. Kicked out of Europe. Sold out of Africa. Nobody got snatched out of Africa. It was a deal. It was a deal. So this is the time when they were setting this thing in America. You know how y'all love race and talk about racism, right? This is where it all come from right here. We're going to make those blacks the lowest. Whites going to be on top. We're starting this thing called classism, and that's what happened. Do your homework, you'll see before that, it was a lot of race mixing and all of that. Yeah, everybody was getting along just fine before that. So, yeah, a lot of parts. If we looked at a picture of Jack Johnson in the early 1900s with a white woman, what does that tell you? All right, no. When this time came in, Hollywood said, the only time you guys will get a check or ever be seen on that TV, the only time you will ever be on the stage in front of any of them white women on TV in my White House, this is how you going to look. And this is where it come from. And Little Richard was the first black superstar. I told you in his story. So even when you watch the movie, it tell you, he said, man, it's the makeup. But see, they played it off in the movie. They made it like in the movie, he had to put the makeup on to become a superstar. It give him a look. But the code really is, you got to wear makeup in this game. Because when they came in, his partners had afros, all of them. In the James Brown movie, they had afros. They like, yo, you got a permit. They like, yo, what you talking about? They didn't want to do it. So y'all not understanding. Back then, that was embarrassing. They knew some of them knew it was embarrassing. They knew they had to sell out. Man, I ain't want to perm my hair, man. I ain't trying to do all that. Put on no lipstick. But they had to do it. So a lot of them did it. But then you'll see a lot of groups broke up back then because a lot of groups was tired of that shit. Like, yo, he the star. I ain't gonna keep putting all this makeup on, doing all this shit. I ain't getting paid like that, man. Screw that stuff. And that's what was happening, y'all. Some men was walking away with their dignity and pride. Like I said, when you walk away, you get blackballed. But you're gonna get it today because you see everybody looking at Diddy and all of them, but what you gotta understand, Diddy knew his role as an entertainer. It comes from Little Richard. This is the order for black celebrities. Even when hip-hop came in, it is still the order. It's just that when hip-hop came in, they had to do it through other ways. Their hair and their clothes. This is how we all accepted the long braids down our back. It was through hip-hop. All right? No. To get the check, it always was a standard. All right? Also showing you the code, the whole world already knew this. Y'all entertainment will always be this. All y'all heroes will always be what you see on this screen, pink and blue. That's the standard, y'all. This ain't me joking. It ain't me making up nothing. Y'all culture in this game is baby oil. You will see it every 24/7. So when I told you the joke of the baby oil found at Diddy house was exposing every single celebrity in the game because they all know what they got to do. I told you it's all in Little Richard. Yeah. And Little Richard means little what? Little you know what. Richard means what? D-I-C-K. This is how they was trolling back then. This is how they was trolling. When your people was, Little Richard, Little Richard, Little Richard. They had no clue. They were being pranked. You're going to love Little Richard, all right? But you're going to love little D-I-C-K too. And we're going to make him a weirdo. Ha ha. Know what a weirdo was? You know what they made? You know what he was considered to be? This is where it comes from, y'all. A freak. Because they didn't look like that. Before Little Richard, black people did not look like that. This is where the freak comes from. He looks like a freak because you go to the clown show. It's called a freak show. When you go to the freak show, people look weird. They're clowns. It's a lot of shit. That's just where it comes from, the freak. To be an entertainer, you had to be a freak. And then you had to also be freaky. They had all rock and rollers had to do certain dances. You're going to see they were humping on. I showed you with Chuck Berry. They all had to be nasty, freaky. And this is why they say rock and roll, what? Polluted American households. So the powers that be knew they knew they was going to do what they do because rock and roll is a particular culture. Rock and roll is the devil's music. It was never just a cliche. It's just that black people didn't believe it. See, all other people knew what it was. It's just that the blacks didn't believe it. The blacks loved it. And they're the ones loved it more than everybody. They're the ones that were proud of it. Because they knew that rock and roll was the way to get everybody out that house. All people, blacks and whites. Get them out the house and get them what? Together. In the name of what? Sin. And this is when all that stuff started. Getting together, getting partying, drinking, having fun, having sex, all that wild stuff start happening. This is when the baby boom starts to get shifted. Huh? The baby boomers are born out of this, y'all. This way it comes. It's change. It's a chain of events, y'all. The baby boomers are born out of this music. Yeah. Yeah. So, but this music back then was to make them horny and freaky and have a lot of fun. Little Richard. All right? Because this was the music. Little Richard's job was to get people out of the church. Get them out their Christian faith. Also, remember, people in business knew this. These churches mess up money. So if everybody's in the church, how the club's gonna make money? How the bar's gonna make money? How this entertainment thing gonna make money if everybody's so daggone Christian and religious? You see what I'm saying? They knew that back then. They said, man, they knew what they had to do. We gotta get them out their church, we gotta get them out their house, gotta get them into this music. So guess what? The truth is, y'all, even back then, there'd been more people in entertainment than in the church. Yeah, entertainment is a church. Yeah, so entertainment is religion. People just don't want to understand that. Yeah, these people religion is sports, entertainment. That's right, and partying. That is their religion. Y'all just didn't know that. It's everything opposite of your religion. All right? You ain't supposed to be partying, right? You ain't supposed to be listening to that music, right? But that's their culture. That's their religion. What am I showing you? Little Richard. Now let me show you how Little Richard was smart. Look at that house Little Richard got. $1.3 million in Tennessee. So you see how we talk about these damn celebrities going broke? See, I'll tell you why they all be broke, because they stupid. When I tell you the New York rappers broke because they live in New York. When I was talking about how the California, Hollywood celebrities be broke because they want to live in Hollywood. See, your people back in the day were smart. They knew once they got the fame, they knew how to do it. Get me a little house in Tennessee. Yeah, I'm from Georgia. Give me a house there too. Give me a little penthouse in New York. I don't want no mansion in New York. I don't want to mention the Hollywood neither. I'll give me a little something, but I'm gonna give me a lot of stuff. That's what they was doing, y'all. I'll tell you, they knew back then. They knew back then. So that's why I tell you back then they were way smarter than right now. Because you know what? Back then they knew they rolled too, y'all. They knew it. So you gotta understand back then, man, when they sold out, they really sold out, man. They sold out for a reason. They were like, man, I'm tired of being poor, man. Family poor. I'm in this dirt road getting treated like dirt. They were tired of that shit. So they was selling out, y'all. They were selling out. But they wasn't selling out for selfish reasons. They was actually selling out to help their family and shit. They was selling out for the right reasons. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Because that's why I kept telling y'all. People under a system now, that's from 100 years ago, 50 years ago. They had to sell out then like that. You ain't got to do that now. They had to do that shit. You ain't had no other way. You was getting out that goddamn poor shit back then. If you were born on a country-ass farm and clan members in your city, you was not getting out of that shit. You had to sell. You had to do a little richer do. So you got to remember that too. See, when they were selling out, they had different pressures. They had real pressures. Now it's a preference. Yeah, back then it wasn't no damn preference. Because remember, they was getting snaked out back then too. Them people swerve on them. Oh, you got some good talent. Them people was going to them churches back then, sitting up in that church, listening, showing love. Man, you got a lot of talent. You real nice. You want a record deal? A record deal. It was getting them, y'all. Then once they got in, they didn't know what they had to do. And that was it, y'all. After they got their deal, they had to come out with their makeup on. Yeah, but I'm showing you, right? Look how Little Richard was smarter than all the entertainers now. I don't care if you was a mumble rapper, drill rapper. No, that's the least you're supposed to have. Also, what am I showing you? When I kept telling you these celebrities dumb, they be going broke. Man, that house $1 million. See, I got that shit up in the nowhere. That's how I would have had my shit too. But I'm just going to show you how the older the real celebrities. They were the other ones, y'all. Richard, look, man, he was the first celebrity and the real celebrity. No, you want to see these internet sensations? They don't got that. They were getting put out apartments. No, they was trying to live bigger than big. That's why they broke, y'all. $1.3 million. That just won his home, but I'm just showing y'all. See, the smart ones knew how to work. No, to this day, y'all, people could have been having stuff like this, but they want to live in Los Angeles. They want to live in Atlanta. They want to be in Miami. This is why they're broke, y'all. If I was a rapper or anybody entertainer, as soon as I got my money, if I bought a house like that, still would have been straight to this day. Yeah, even if I live in Hollywood, I live this and that, but I got my house already put up. Matter of fact, I got about 3 of those joints. They're only $1 million. Got 3 of them. Told you, man. Jim Jones broke. Jim Jones lost his house. How? You tell me that. When they made way more money than Little Richard ever made. They was getting paid money, Little Richard and them never got paid. No, this was the dumbest era. That's why. Those black celebrities back then knew the game, y'all. They knew they had to be pink. They knew they were selling out, but they knew the cause. And they also knew certain things, because Little Richard also knew that shit too, man. I ain't going broke. They ain't going to cheat me out my money. Now, this is where Little Richard was born at. See that? In Macon, Georgia. Then you're going to see something. Little Richard, Georgia. They made him do it. James Brown, Georgia. They made him do it. Young Thug from Georgia. They made him do it. You see how Young Thug rap? Look how Young Thug rap with that squeaky voice. He rap like a weirdo, right? All that shit, that's Little Richard. See what I'm saying? James Brown. That's that same shit, y'all. That same screaming weirdo lyric shit. See it come out of Georgia, right? No, what I'm showing you is it's a system. They made Little Richard do it for his generation. Generations later, we need one for those guys. They wearing afros, give them James Brown. Turn their head back in the perms. That's their generation. They get militant again. 80s, Public Enemy. 90s, they get militant, gangster. Give them Young Thug. Teach them how to twist their hair up and color it again. Soften them up a bit. And they do it. That's how they did it. One generation, gave them Little Richard. Black Power generation getting tough, give them James Brown. Give them perms. Your generation, they getting tough, teach them how to put their hair long down their black. And not only that, they're going to color it, twist it, tangle it, and on top of that, they're going to go to beauty salons and sit in chairs. Yup. because it's the music that always did it. This is Little Richard house, y'all, renovated to this day. What am I showing you? How you don't respect your culture. You destroyed your culture, but I'm going to show you how a lot of your heroes are still celebrated to this day, and a lot of them are still respected. So you're looking at inside a Little Richard house. You're looking at, this is childhood home, renovated, up to date, because the people renovated it, and people to this day still visit his home. The question is, did you visit it? I didn't, but I'm going to show you how this world is being set up. Is that I'm going to also show you how this hypocritical behavior, how people around the world know your history more than you, because you pick and choose your heroes and who you like. But your cultures have always been preserved by other people. Your culture was preserved because they are the ones in control, because they always been in control. So everybody knows the whole background of music except for you. And everybody knows what every black entertainer always had to do, right? It was no such thing as becoming a superstar in the goddamn 50s, and you're going to be on TV. You're going to be on all these white platforms that they created, and you're going to be in front of their kids. When they trying to push this narrative that y'all ain't nothing, you ain't going to be shining. Hell no. You're going to do exactly what we want you to do. Little Richard, Diddy, same thing. Only difference is our era, it was done different through gangster rap. Gangster rap would have never made no money if it was like that. Rap would have never made no money if it was like that. That is the only reason why hip hop was dealt with different, but they all showed their true colors in their own way. All right? So today, just grow up and get it clear that it is all disgraced. It is no longer respected. It is a joke. Now look at Little Richard, and I'm going to show you how everybody's brain is different. When I see Little Richard and I see Method Man, I see the same thing. I see the same thing. No, this is the 1950s version of a clown, and this is the 2025 version of a clown. Any more questions? Actually, Little Richard looks more respectable than him, if you want to be technical, because Little Richard wasn't putting on no clown ass hot ass suit and dancing. They made Method Man wore that suit and was singing. He was on that show singing Jump Around. He's a rapper. They made him sing another rapper. And on top of that, you know what rapper? Jump Around. And he lost. He lost. They made him wear that clown suit and he lost. Huh? A clown. What's the other clown he with? Nick Cannon. No, y'all. These guys in their 40s now. Nick Cannon 44. Method Man 50. Then you're going to see something. Why, as they get older, they making them do clownish shit. You want to see? That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. The humiliation is in what you are seeing, y'all. You don't become a celebrity and get embarrassed and get this as you go on. You do all this shit when you're trying to come up. You're going to see. This all the roles they getting. This all the gigs they can get. Method Man, you want to be on The Masked Singer? You want to take it? And that's how Hollywood work. They LA Slim. That's how Hollywood work too. When they say, yo, I swear to God, that's how they be. They're like, yo, we got this show. Yo, we need some names. They start calling up washed up celebrities. You want to do it? Some of them say, nah, I'm straight. Some of them, I'll do it. Fuck it. I need the money. Maybe this will revive my career again. After this, Method Man might go on tour. No, this is the proof Method Man wasn't going on tour. Because if Method Man was going on tour, he would be getting rap money. He would say, you know what? Nah, I can't do that shit. This might mess up my money, man. I ain't doing that. No, he needed the money, y'all. And what I kept telling you, who's the brokers? Who is the brokers rappers? Holler me in the chat. I told you where the brokers rappers from. No, because they were the richest. They were the first ones to make it. But y'all kept forgetting. New York rappers were not the favorite since about 2008, 9, 10, 11, which means they wasn't making most of the money, y'all. It's been 15 years now, y'all. New York rappers have not made the most money in 15 years. I'm talking about the record deals. When Method Man got that big deal, y'all, that was early 2000, 90, you know what I'm saying? Early 90s, late 90s. When Method Man was the man is when Def Jam had that 2000s campaign with him and Red. That's when they was paying him decent money. That's when Method Man started seeing his millions. But no, y'all, when he was in Ha Ha, you know the program. When you're the real ones, they gotta what? Go to Hollywood. You want to see him in red? Went to Hollywood. So you know what they had to do in Hollywood. Because you know they went what? Def Jam. So I'm just showing you. This generation did it one way. Your generation got to do it another way. That same shit, y'all. You know damn well. You get what I'm saying? Whoopi didn't come out like that. Whoopi got to be masculine. That's why. All right? So I told you, everybody knows the jokes of the baby oil. It's not about the jokes of the baby oil. They know the baby oil is the code of black celebrities, what they got to do and what they go through. And I told you everybody knows it. We also going to look at how it been in your face. All right? Elton John. All that, when Eminem was this Elton John, it was fake. I'm going to be honest. Me and my people back in the day, we been knew Eminem was fruity as well. How I knew that? He was with Dr. Dre. I'm not like y'all. When Tupac told me about Dr. Dre, I never forgot. So when I seen Eminem with Dr. Dre, I knew what time it was. Then I remember when Eminem was running around with blonde hair, mooning people, doing all type of suspect stuff in his video, dressing up. I knew what was going on. No, I knew who he was, and I know what Dr. Dre did to him because I've been through this industry game, how they get down. So when Tupac, first of all, it was a Death Row DVD back in the day. I forgot the name of it. That was when Suge sat on it. On that DVD, there was him. It was Suge, Jodeci. They was clowning and trolling Dr. Dre, and they was saying he liked them cross dressers. That was on the DVD. Then Tupac said what he said, called him what he called him. You know what? He called him so-and-so Dre. Then Tupac said, then they said Dre don't know what he want. He don't know what, boom. Then I never forget when Kendrick first came out and Game. When Gang, he said both of them was Dr. Dre little boyfriends. So I always looked at it like that. And I always, like I said, a lot of stuff, my eye was on it. I heard it, listened, but I couldn't prove it. And I didn't care, but I never forgot. Never forgot. So as this stuff is unveiling, I'm seeing it clear as day. Oh, the people Dre and them, you got to get down. That's how you get that money. Oh, to get down with Diddy like that, you got to get, I started peeping it. It's right in your face. Now let me show you what else they said to the code. Because remember, I keep telling y'all, people that want to understand that these people that run this shit, they are the real serpents, y'all. They are the real shapeshifters. They are the real, they're the real great deceivers. So that's why I keep telling y'all, everybody got deceived. Only way you're going to know the truth is once you realize to yourself you've been deceived. Everything about Young Thug was feminine. Ain't nothing about him masculine. The thing is, you're going to see, he breeded a generation, decades of people. I'm talking about teens, 20s, 30s, 40s. To this day, they still looking like that, y'all. So when I tell you a lot of people got trapped, that's what I mean. You're trapped in a look, in a way you can't get out because you don't know what's next because they didn't give you another trend to look like. So if another style don't come out, if no celebrity don't bring out no new style, that means a lot of y'all ain't going to know how to look. Huh? Because all your look come from celebrities. Why? Because they always made them have the look they wanted you to have. Keep telling you that. It always been like that. After Little Richard blew up, you walk through the streets, the black men started wearing their hair like that because Little Richard did it. Keep telling y'all that. Y'all life always been controlled through y'all celebrities. We don't control y'all, no. We control y'all through those celebrities, though. However the celebrities look, y'all gonna look. When James Brown had a look, they all look like that. If a rapper, if a singer back then had an afro, they all had afros. That's how they always control every city around the world. How you think the people from Detroit knew what sneakers to buy and the people from New York knew what sneakers to buy? Because they knew what the celebrities were wearing, the Air Force Ones. So if you saw Jay-Z with the white Air Force Ones, what you do? You ran and bought them. Even though Air Force Ones came out in 1982. Huh? Even though Harlem was wearing Air Force Ones, brought them back out 90, 91 with the straps. You didn't start loving them Air Force Ones. The Jay-Z was loving them and wearing them. So I'm telling you, man, this is how it went down to the clothes. The rapper wear the clothes, you're going to go run by it. So this era, they were smart. Make the rapper, we're going to make clothes for the rappers and make clothes for the fans. Jay-Z wear it, they go buy it. Ow. Always been like that. Now look at Elton John. Now look at your hero, Bishop Don Magic Wand. He's freaking Elton John. All it is. Elton John Liberace. Don Magic Wand was pink, y'all. They're not who you thought they was. Every single last one of your celebrities with a name was two-way. Some of them two-way. Some of them was all the way. Yup. This is how you all got pranked to follow punks. I say y'all, because I did it already. I don't follow them no more. All right? Punk. That whole cut means feminine, y'all. The whole aspect of the cup, not even if it wasn't pink, his whole aspect. Look at his glasses. You know he always wore those. But some smacked me today. I said, yo, Elton John always wore those glasses. And Elton John used to wear hats like that. Yup. That's a slick leather bondage hat. It's just not black. It's just green. I'm trying to tell you, you colored people, they also knew they can trick us with colors. Trick you with shit. Meaning, could take a leather bondage outfit, but if it ain't black no more, they won't even know it's a leather bondage outfit. Yeah, see the glasses? Feminine, bro. Huh? Little Richard, see that? 1932. You see where that man was born? So when he was a star, that was in the damn 50s. Told you, it was nowhere in hell you was going to be a masculine man on that screen. No, this is when the Klan was in power. This was when the Klan and all them people of that nature, they set the standard. They will be super feminine. But before that, we're going to have fun with them. We're going to buck break them. And then they're going to be on that camera. And their image will be used to influence their family, their community, and their friends. The TV was to influence you. It was never for entertainment. Entertainment was going to be you going to entertain and you're going to follow these men. But the smart people back then said it. They said it. It was smart people that was into it back then. They knew what they say. They say the TV was from the devil. They knew the TV was the devil. They knew entertainment was the devil. That was the real reason why back in the day, your people made your ass play outside. It was because they didn't want people watch. They didn't want us getting brainwashed by that TV. Because our daggone grandmothers and them, they were smart as shit back then. They knew what they were seeing back then, y'all. They knew what they were seeing back then. See, we watching a cartoon with Mickey and Minnie kissing. We watching a cartoon with Tom and Jerry, Tom lusting off that other cat with them eyes popping out. They were lusting, humping on each other, and grandma knew back then. That's some freaky cartoon. They don't need to be watching this. Take your ass outside. I tell you, they knew that shit back then, and they also knew what they was trying to do. Because remember, some of the elders knew the scriptures, y'all. They knew the scriptures. So what did they knew? They knew what to do and what not to do. They might ain't know a lot, but they know if something wasn't right. Now, you ain't watching that. Take your ass outside. Also, back in the day, guess what? When y'all was in the country, a lot of your people didn't want cable on purpose. It ain't that they couldn't get cable. They didn't want that shit because they knew it was on cable. And they knew that cable was going to brainwash a lot of y'all, and they knew that shit. Yeah. That's why the people in the South that kept their land didn't go up north. They was the ones that see what happened. They were the ones that seen all their family go to these cities and go broke and end up bad. And they would just be back sitting in their country home, just chilling, watching y'all come visit because they knew what time it was. Y'all all got flipped out. So when I tell you, they had the system back then, let's bring it up to the 80s. Eric B. and Rakim, hip-hop. Now what we're going to look at. Let's go into the 80s of hip-hop. And now you're going to see how the program never left, y'all. It's just that when it came to hip-hop, they had to do it a different way. The truth is, long braids always been feminine, y'all, because we all know those for one, we know those little girl hairstyles. All right? But I understand the game. This game is masculine and feminine. All right? I'm going to throw the sex part out of it. I'm just going to say masculine and feminine. Just like it always been. It's also a fact. Little Richard had a wife. It's a fact. It's a fact. Little Richard was getting coochie. It's a fact. Because they're going to be, it ain't about what they are. It's about what they're going to do. It don't matter who they are. It's about what they're going to do. And they're going to do what they tell them to do. All right? And that's what it is. Because it was about playing with your brain. We're going to give you a man that looks totally gay, but he's going to have sex with straight women. So you're going to say, damn, he do have sex, but you're going to still be confused like Prince. He's going to be in high heels, but he's going to also have women. You're going to say, Prince got a lot of women. And you're going to ignore the high heels. No, you didn't ignore the high heels. You accepted the high heels. See, we tricked you to accept Prince and high heels by what? Prince got a woman. That's how they did it. We tricked you to accept Little Richard. Why? Little Richard got a wife. This is how we scrambled all y'all brains. All y'all. We've been doing it from back then. When the book tells you what's this, what's that. So we started getting y'all out the book by telling you, by giving y'all things and y'all accepting it. All right? So anyway, let's go. The money game, y'all. It continued. So you're going to see Eric B. Look how Eric B. looked back then. Then think yourself, how did Eric B. get a record deal? One thing I never understood. It was never about Rakim. It was always about Eric B. Because Eric B. was the boss. He was the guy. He was the favorite. The DJ was the favorite. He was the favorite. That's why it was Eric B. and Rakim. Y'all never got that part. Because New York always controlled hip-hop, and they had their picks who was going to be the face of it. Now that you know hip-hop is pink, Eric B. was one of the goons to protect them. He was also like law enforcement for rappers because they all were in the same program. It's just that some of them were tougher than others, and that's what it is. So I said this another day. People always talk about Eric B. and Rakim and who he was with, but you didn't accept the fact that everybody he was with went to jail back then because that was their job back then. Yeah, you're going to see he was favorite, right? Now look at Eric B. back then, and once again, this game was always controlled by rich executives, and it was the rich executives that play around with the black boy. See, the executives play around with the black boy first, then give him the money. That's how it goes. They play around with him first. St. James Brown, and all they can play around. Bro. So that's why I say it gets passed down. If Richard Little would have started a record label, he would have had to do the same shit. All right? Also, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. That's why some of them didn't want to start no record labels. Some of them ain't want no parts of it. Some of them said, I did what I did. Well, for me, I did what I had to do, and I ain't with that shit no more. And that's how it was. Some of them was with this shit like, yo, I did what I had to do. I sold out. I disrespected myself, but I ain't about to sit up there and lie in black people's face. I ain't about to keep brainwashing black. I ain't about to keep doing that shit. Fuck it. I don't care. That's what some people did. That's what some people did, y'all. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't with it no more. Yeah. But your people the one that ate it up and loved it. So when I told you, your generation got to turn out the most, I ain't lying with you. Your generation is more turned out than Elton John. Why? Elton John still has respect and dignity. Your peoples are worse than Lil Jon. Because they say whatever y'all do, y'all fanatics. Dennis is saying whatever you keep in the closet, you're going to do more. If you smoke cigarettes, if you got to hide from your wife, you smoke cigarettes, it's going to make you smoke about 10 cigarettes when you go outside. Because you're trying to hide it. It's how it works. Now you're smoking cigarettes. You don't want your wife to know. You're smoking more, and you got to buy more cologne, more spray. See, you got to do more when you're living a lot, or you got to hide shit. You got to do more, y'all. So the thing is, the blacks had to do the most, and they did the most, and they got the most turnout, and had to do the most hiding. And they're the ones that wanted to be the what? Richest. So to be the richest, okay then. Some celebrities said they didn't want to be rich. They straight. They left with their integrity, y'all. No. Hip-hop era. Transferred over. Now we in era hip-hop, but the program remains the same. All right? The rappers, their job was different from Little Richard. The rapper's job was to promote jail. Not only jail, down low thug. The rap era was the era of where they created the cross breed of the tough guy and the feminine guy. The super masculine with the super feminine. That was through hip hop. It was always experimentations. Because this music was to usher in the Antichrist. And Antichrist's favorite color is rainbow. All right? All colors. So, music was the instrument. All right? And Eric B. was the one to control it and overlook it. That's why you're going to see when it was done, they fell out because Rakim was talking about he was broke. Because the one that doesn't know what's going on is the one that's going to end up broke. Eric B. was the one that was the real one in power, and that's why he got the money and accolades, and we're going to go and we're going to keep going. No, y'all, it was a system. See Eric B. now? Look at Eric B. now. Does he look masculine now? No, Eric B. knew his role, or the cornrows. Back then, men was not wearing long cornrows. That really was a prison thing. And any man that wore it, he was supposed to be a tough guy. But now I know now they were down low thugs. Because when I think about it, all the men that had their hair like that, they were those muscle men wearing tight shirts. Yeah, because they were going to gay clubs back then. Black men were working out in New York, going to the village back then for money. They still do it to this day. It was black men in New York City that knew back then. Those gay white men had a lot of money in Manhattan in those nice apartments. In Greenwich Village, they were rich with a lot of money. And they loved them some fine black men. They love men that work out. You're going to see in them early 80s, a lot of black men got into working out and wearing tight clothes, tight shirts. And they were hanging in Manhattan in the Village. And then you're going to see all those hip-hop clubs was in the Village. Why people don't want to admit all the hip-hop clubs were in the gay community? Because they were rented out by gay people. The Tunnel was a gay club. The Tunnel that Choke No Joke is so proud of was a gay club. But what we didn't know, but what they knew back then, they were having these things in gay clubs because they knew gay people had to come too. They knew trans had to come back then too. That's why they was always in gay clubs, y'all. It always been like that. We just been stupid. Because they knew we was in them hip-hop clubs, drunk, high, lights out, dark, and everybody's there. Because hip-hop is for everybody. When you in hip-hop, you wasn't checking no damn gender. No, you in there partying. But they knew what it was. They knew what it was. See? So that's why it always been like that. You know why? Because the cross-dressing other people, they don't come into what? They get late. So when it's 1, 2, 3 o'clock and everybody left and the club let out in the morning, now the club done changed. Now Mr. C, he horny. That's when they start riding around looking for them trans. But then again, the trans are already in the club. This is hip-hop. Always been like that. You wanted to ignore the Bambaataa story. It's all connected together. It's from Bambaataa to Diddy and everything in between. There's no exceptions. Eric B's son, no exceptions. Lip gloss. We'll show you pictures of Eric B's son. Turned out way more than that. Pink, everything, lipstick, because he marketed his son overseas. When they were going overseas all those years, the old school heads, they were grooming those guys. Then a story came out about how Bambaataa tried to RAPE a young man over there. Why? Because overseas, they was having fun with their what? Groupies. They're in the male groupies, y'all. And when they go overseas, they have fun with their male groupies. Mad Skills, a rapper from Virginia, told you on Drink Champs how he got his deal. He said he met Q-Tip somewhere at a show, something like that, in a lobby, like a groupie. And he said Q-Tip brought him up to his room and had a lot of polo laid out on the bed. He said, man, you got a lot of polo. And he said he was in a room with Q-Tip, but I know what Q-Tip do. But Q-Tip got turned out by Bambaataa, and I don't think Mad Skills knew he was telling himself. Mad Skills told on Drink Champs, right with Nori sitting right there, that Q-Tip brought him to his room. Hotel. That's what they do. No, ladies, y'all didn't know back then, it was male groupies down there. They didn't want the woman. They bring the male groupies up. Yeah, this Eric B daughter. In this game, you must be two-way. When they get that money, they got to do it to their kids. It's not about that, y'all. The main thing I'm talking about this thing like that, because this stuff happened in my family, y'all. When I tell you I got certain people in my family, certain statuses, these they had in my family, but I had no clue what it was about. And guess what? They told my family members lies. But guess what? I'm the only one that put it together, and I ain't saying nothing. I know what they did now. I keep telling y'all, this shit showed me a lot. It showed me a lot. Everything these people did happened in my damn family, y'all. That's what I keep telling y'all. A lot of shit I see on here is about my personal family. When it comes to anything, politics, anything. No, my family is the worst. But my family is y'all. Or y'all represent my family. And you know who that is? The people I don't like. Why? Their behavior. They from all this. So you'll see Eric B and Rakim. This when they started putting the head of Paid in Full. This is when the New York drug dealer started to become popular and glorified. 1987. This when crack started to booming. This was the soundtrack to sell that crack, get that money, black man, get paid in full. By any means, paid in full. The makings of New Jack City. This is when the dream got sped up. Before Paid in Full was no such thing as that many men getting locked up. But it started right here. Paid in Full. This when crack about to take off. Meanwhile, Eric B on the cover, fake-ass drug dealer. Eric B and Rakim, fake-ass drug dealer. They were purposely going to Long Island with hard-working blacks that had good homes, good lives, blacks that had made it, prosperous, living in homes, homeowners, beautiful neighborhoods. And Russell Simmons and them made sure they would always go there and get their rappers. And they also knew they couldn't get rappers from the hood for real. Russell Simmons and them was not giving no money to nobody from Brooklyn, was not giving no money going to no hood, no damn Brooklyn, Brownsville. They wasn't doing that shit, hell no. Was not going to the Bronx giving money like that, nope. They made sure Queens, Long Island, because they can be controlled. Not only that, to tell you the truth is, they knew all the rappers from Queens and Long Island were used to having money, and they come from family structures. They always knew that. And if they could get any kids that were already groomed to know about certain things like fraternity, sorority, it was even easier and better. And that's how they did it. But paid in full concept, none of these guys are from the streets. They were CB4, y'all. They were from Long Island. Meaning, nothing wrong being from Long Island. But they were looking like they were from Brooklyn, like they were Brooklyn drug dealers. So to make them look real, they were paying drug dealers to be around them. One of the real people that was around them was the real 50 Cent, who was a real stick-up artist, a real stick-up kid. They had him around on the payroll. Then you're going to see somehow he got taken out. Somehow he got taken out. You're going to see these drug dealers are good when it's for protecting them. But somehow after they don't need them no more, they start disappearing. All of them had the same pattern. I'll prove it through Cardi B to nowadays. Same shit. All the gangsters with them, all the bloods with her, they all go to jail in the end. And she moved to Atlanta. It's always been like that. Pop Smoke, whole gang went to jail. Bobby Shmurda, whole gang went to jail. Jim Jones, whole gang went to jail. Mano gang went to jail. I keep going. It's always been like that. Because they work for people. Shout out to Mayor Eric Adams, the hip-hop mayor. This was in the end when Eric B let me know he was down with them the whole time. I got it clear as day. Salute Eric B. Because when Eric B came out, I was a little kid. I was young. But I get it now. When he did his picture, when they did this, they let me know what time it was. When I told you I read the whole thing, when I read, I knew what the 50th anniversary meant. I knew what it meant. Good job. Y'all did a good job. And it also let me know, New York, we was behind it the whole time. New York is part of the foundations of hip-hop. But when it went to gangster rap, Los Angeles, that's when it went Hollywood. That's when it went to the West. That's when they put their fingerprints on it. And that's when they took over it. New York laid the foundation. Get it? That's why whenever you came to New York, I don't care what rapper in the world, when you came to New York, you had to check in because you had to be controlled and watched. And New York City had to know you. If New York City didn't authorize you to be in New York as a rapper, somehow your ass gonna get locked up. That's why when Lil Wayne was trying to get away, he started hanging at Harlem, doing his other stuff, his ass got locked up. Ja Rule trying to get locked up. Yeah. Prodigy locked up. You're also going to see somehow when the entertainers get locked up, somehow they end up in a New York prison. Where R. Kelly went down at in New York. Where Diddy at right now? New York. Where Harvey Weinstein at? New York. Where Jeffrey Epstein had all them parties at? New York. Where them Diddy parties at? New York. All right then. New York was like the police of the shit, the enforcers. I kept telling you that. Eric B did it on his level. Diddy had to do it on another level. But it always had to be controlled, y'all. All right? We're going to get back in Elton John. I want y'all to see how all this playing out. This was all y'all getting sold out. It wasn't a sellout. It was a choice. What do you guys want? You want better neighborhoods? You want better schools? You want better programs? You want some tech programs? Would you like for us to teach your kids how to build websites? Or do you want a hip-hop museum? Which one you guys want? They chose a hip-hop museum. That's all they got. Then after this episode, or maybe later on, ask me what the migrants got. And ask me what the new migrants got, our new family members, and all their kids got. And holler at me later. Because everybody got a lot, money, housing, stuff they really need in New York City. And all these people got was a hip-hop museum. That's what happened. Because Mayor Eric Adams, he was the hip-hop mayor. So that really meant he controlled hip-hop. He controlled all of them. But the most important thing that was proven through this was to prove to the world that after 50 years, These people lost their mind because they were 50 years and they still didn't know about politics. They still didn't know about policy. It showed that they were all still selfish bastards because rap makes you selfish. Rappers had to be selfish. Everybody was just happy they got to stand at the podium because they got a hip hop museum. When Roxanne Shante was supposed to be standing there saying, this ain't right. This ain't right. We need certain things. Let me give you a clue. New York always controlled it. Where does Roxanne Shante career start at? Queensbridge Projects. Huh? It was a rap battle between the Bronx and Queens. But the people that started rapping in the Bronx started it where? Projects. Well, in Queens, where was it at? Projects. Then you seen a beef of MC Shan versus BDP, right? Queensbridge Projects. All those rappers came out the what? Project, the New York City housing. So Marley Marl had a studio in a New York City housing projects for poor people, and he turned it into a studio and got rich out of it and had rappers coming in there and all that shit. And you're going to tell me he wasn't authorized? Even though in a Roxanne Shante story, told you, Shante was like 13, 14, washing clothes. Marley Marl saw her. You want to cut him out, do some music, but you didn't get the fact that Marley Marl might have did something to Shante. It always been in our face, y'all. It's already been considered accepted. Marley Marl was a Geppetto. It's in the story. The Roxanne Shante story. Y'all watch it on Lifestyle, watch it again. They got her as a teenager. But she's not going to tell what happened. No, she was a teenager around grown ass men in the 80s. When what? When no such thing as a crime. It was no such thing as a red dot list. No, she was a teenager when they found her in a New York City project housing. So you'll see it. The story, it's in Queensbridge. It's in the Bambaataa story. New York City housing. New York City housing has a part of hip hop. If we talk anything about fucking hip hop, it's going to bring you back to New York City housing projects. Part you don't understand. Because it was a system. And this system was going to be executed amongst the welfare children. That's why I was in the projects. It was done in the project because the welfare kids are fair game. It was done in the project because the welfare kids are the ones we're going to flip. That's why I was in the projects. It was done in the projects because the welfare kids are the ones we're going to track, trace, and keep under this program to the day they fucking die. And as long as they stay on welfare, they're going to teach to their kids. And this is going to be the generation we got control of. This is going to be the generation we always going to keep a tally on. And this is going to be the generation we're going to wipe out whenever we feel like it. And that's what's going to happen. And that's what you're seeing. All right? When I say wipe out, I'm talking about wiped out from society. I'm not talking about death. Huh? A wipeout is when they are relevant. That's right. We gave them hip hop for 50 years, but that's all we gave them. So now they have nothing. The hip hop mayor closed the deal in the end. Hip hop had its funeral already, y'all. I told you, the hip hop anniversary. The museum is the tombstone. They gave hip hop a 50-year tribute. I also told you, in my opinion, it's also because all the entertainers are 50. The ones that started this shit is 50, over 50. It's grand course. And the talent has not been replaced. So I know that's, when I say it's over, I know it's over because the talent has not been replaced. It's dead. So Mano been got turned into a city councilman. He been not being a rapper. If Mano's a rapper, you got to give me 3 songs he made that was a hit. Even though he's been out since 2005. No, his job was to watch over the New York rappers, watch over New York City, because he always worked for New York City. When you get let out of penitentiary, prison early, you work for New York State. You owe time to New York State, but we'll let you out. You're going to still work for the state. And a lot of them work for the state. That's why I told you a lot of their ass can't leave the state. They go on visits, but they can't leave. That's Mano. That's right. But guess what's going to happen? Like I said, their money got cut now, y'all. So that's why Mano and them ain't no good. All the old heads wanted. Remember, the original heads of hip hop, they got their money. So all they wanted was they was getting written out of history. Because drill rap was writing them out of history. Mumble rap, trap rap, every rap, gangster rap, LA rap, Ben wrote them out of history. So they said, screw y'all, to get y'all back, we just want our museum. So long we got our museum, we good. We won't be written out of history. We straight. That's why I told y'all. They gave them their museum. They said, we straight. Rest of y'all, whoa, well, they were just all washed up rappers that they didn't want to be forgotten, y'all. But if we added up every rapper, we took every rapper from every state, every city they shouted out, and we added them all up and said, what did they all do for their city and state? We're going to all get big zeros. So we got our proof that we're delusional. We was delusional. And them selfish bastards never was going to give up nothing. They ain't do nothing. And this shows you all they wanted was shine for themselves. Because remember, when you were a star and that shit fades out and you finally get to be in front of a camera again like Roxanne Shante, she turned back into a child, y'all. Even though she's a grandma. No, hip-hop made grandparents still be children, y'all. This is why they're not respected no more. They're clowns. They're kids. Kids like clowns. That's why it started from back then, y'all. Y'all clowns, and y'all never grow up. That's why his name was Little Richard, grown-ass man. It went from Little Richard, now your name is Young Thug. Little baby. That's where it comes from, y'all. Y'all always gonna be little boys, childish in the mind, dummies, and you're gonna be clowns. That's the program, y'all. That's how it always been. It's just that some of them knew and was smarter. I ain't gonna be no clown. Now I gotta do this shit right. People in the hood gotta respect me. You're watching the sellout, y'all. Like I said, you been got sold out. But now, the mayor sold their ass out. The mayor said, he wiped his hands at them. I will not be needing that rap no more. I will not be dealing with that shit no more. Sorry, y'all. Good job. Nice working with y'all, but I got to move on. So you got to fend for yourself now, Mano. No more checks cut. See that? This is the proof that he controlled Mano. He controlled these fake-ass rappers. That I can look at them and don't know who none of them are. Because all of them are knockoffs to me. I don't care, name one. Any rapper that came out after 2020 was an artificial celebrity to me. All of them. All of them controlled. You're going to see a lot of drill rappers die with the jail. You're going to see some drill rappers sitting right there. You're going to know who they work for. That's right. All in your face. Now let's go. Huh? Hip-hop was a control movement to control black masses. All right? These are the puppet masters. Passed down. Russell was the first. The art of knowing how to groom men and get men to do what you want them to do. It's called the art of getting men to be on your nuts. Russell Simmons, the executives, mastered that art. To get men to do whatever they want them to do. Whether they're gangster, guns, don't matter. They understand of the CEO. The grooming of being nice. Treat them like your son. Treat them like you love them. Take care of them. Break them in. Not disrespectfully. Make them love the life. Make them feel like without you, they're nothing. And after a while, they'll comply. That's the industry. That's Russell. Because people don't understand how it works. Russell and them taught Diddy, y'all. Russell didn't get Diddy. Russell's his nephew. Kamara Lee, Kim Porter, friends. Diddy, you my little nephew? Here's Kim Porter. You're going to learn from Russell, Andre, and you're going to learn from Quincy. And you're going to learn from Quad. You're going to learn from Clyde. These were the bosses. They got passed down. Russell job was to control that shit, Run DMC era, Eric B. Rakim era with what? Rush Management. Who was down Rush Management? Eric B. That's right, Eric B. Eric B was down with Rush Management. Because back then, people didn't understand the game. See, he had Def Jam, but he also had Rush Management. Anybody not signed to Def Jam, you're going to be on Rush Management. Run DMC, Rush Management. He had a lot of them on Rush Management, but not on Def Jam. All right? Because it's also a thing like that. It was like that with Rush, too. Certain people, he got respect for a family. He not putting them in no record deal. That's why you're going to see Russell never put his brother in no record deal. Run DMC was never in a record deal with him. He didn't put his family. You're going to see Diddy did the same thing, y'all. Diddy didn't put his family in record deals, like I told you. His family, let him sign somewhere else. Because I ain't going to pimp my own damn family now. I ain't going to pimp my family. No, let him sign somewhere else. I'm gonna set my family up to take money somewhere else, not to get jerked. All right, I ain't gonna jerk my own family, but I'm gonna set them up to get a good bag for themselves. Sign them somewhere else, because I can't give them a lot, but I'm gonna make sure they get a lot somewhere else. That's how it always been, y'all. All right. To show you that Diddy could have signed wherever he wanted, but he never signed Usher. See what I'm saying? Some artists go down to LA Reid, go sign with him. Go sign to Def Jam. Now we're not doing that. We're not doing that type of rap right now. Go to Def Jam. That's how it went. And then some of these people, they might never got deals, but they always been around. See what I'm saying? Some of these people never been big, but they always been around. Another thing about the industry people didn't know back then, like once you was approved by them, they let you hang around and shit. They could hang around if you cool and shit, and that's how it go. So what I'm also mean by that is it's a lot of people that was around them, y'all, that just never made it or got big, but they still around. And I mean people like Gilly. It's a lot of people like that. Yeah, because it was a point in history, y'all. Everybody was accessible, meaning you'll see them. You go, you know where they at. And they was right there. That's why I say I remember they always earning their bones, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Many people to tell you they was in Manhattan to see Russell Simmons walking down the block by himself. Because that's what he was doing. He'd do shit like that. That's what it was back then, y'all. Because for real, especially it wasn't until gangster rap they needed all that shit. And another thing is only gangster raps needed all them guns and protections. See, gangster rap was a setup. See, they tricked them to live a life. See, they sold out for the money, the gangster rappers, right? But see, the gangster rappers never knew they was never going to enjoy their money. Because now the gangster rappers had the toughest job because they were pink, but they couldn't let the gangsters know. But they also had to make their money from gangsters. That's what made their job hard. So the rappers were the main ones that were deep cover, y'all. They were the main ones deep cover. Because, you know, in R&B, they didn't have to hide it like that. R&B, they were straight up, right? Who else? Keep going. Luther Vandross, Prince, Michael Jackson. We keep going, right? Even to up to date. Bobby Valentino. R&B always been different, right? Raz B, they always been different. It's the rappers that always had to be deep cover, y'all. That's why the rappers had the hardest jobs. What else they had to do? They had to go in the hoods, ghettos, risk their life to brainwash those hood guys. But they had a job to do. Thanks, Tad. And that's what happened. So that's why they need to muscle with people like him. So when only thing happened, y'all, throughout the years, the new hip-hop generation, Eric B became Mano. And then Mano had to watch over his generation of rappers. That's all it was, y'all. It got passed down. Eric B's job was to watch over the New York rappers. That was his job, y'all. That's why he wasn't no damn rapper. He wasn't even no real DJ. His job was to be the muscle and to watch over the whole shit. All right? Just got passed down. I'm just showing you all of these programs are the same. They just get passed down, y'all. All right? Boom. And Russell controlled Eric B and all of them. His day, he controlled all of them. When it went down to the 90s, Bad Boy, he controlled them all. It was a passing of the baton. Let's go. Pass the baton. Let's look at them work. Let's look at them serpents work. Once again, this one Jay-Z was a nobody. This one Jay-Z got broken in. This one Foxy Brown was over Jay-Z. You will clearly see the two serpents was running a game train on Jay-Z back then. They was working his ass. This when they were working him. I also can decode this picture. I know Russell Simmons already did to Jay-Z because I also know how to read this shit now. This was Jay-Z on a date with them. You also going to know it's strategic the way Foxy Brown is on that side away from them. And Diddy and Russ got Jay-Z in the middle. They got him in the middle. You know what that mean? In my opinion, that mean they control his ass. That also mean he was the biggest rapper, his ass in pocket. Everything you seen about Jay-Z, heard about Jay-Z, y'all, is the truth. It's all in the picture. You didn't want to accept it. Then if I say, is that a pink wristband on his wrist? I don't know. Then you'll see what they made him do. See right here? Control. This is what they made him do. Huh? Because what I kept telling people, going into it again, they just kept thinking he's some goofy dancing guy.
He played the role of a clown. That's why I told you, Diddy knew his role as a black entertainer. And he was in his entertainer mode as what? Little Richard. That's why he always had the what? Perm, S-curl. What else represented feminine? The earrings. Because Diddy's generation, the big earrings represented feminine. The big earrings represented feminine, y'all. The curls, the big earrings, feminine. It's just that we accepted it. It always was feminine. Yes, masculine, feminine. So that's why I'm gonna say I want to make all this stuff clear today. I'm not just going to say it means G-A-Y. It's this thing of masculine, feminine. So whether they're fruity or not, they have to be feminine. And you will see this picture means Diddy and Russell control Jay-Z. And knowing Russell perverted ass, he plugged his ass. Because that's what Russell did. Russell controlled their ass, y'all. Russell made them go. Russell was, I'm telling you, y'all. You see Russell's face? This the picture right here. He controlled their ass. Diddy was raised by Russell. Kim Porter was his wife, his woman. They a family, y'all. They all a damn family. Jay-Z was never their family. I kept telling you, this is the proof. He was never their family. When you see this picture, they were always red because New York was ran by Rudolph Giuliani, red. For hip-hop to be accepted, it had to be under a certain umbrella of order. That's why I got to talk to you internet clowns. I always got to say that for you internet clowns. See, I say that for internet clowns because a lot of internet clowns, they look at pictures, they laugh and joke at pictures, but the real pictures, they can't decode them. All right? So this picture right here shows you that guy named Sean had more power than your favorite president before he was even elected. This picture was to show you that Sean was somebody before Barry was. Barry was a nobody trying to get his scripts together. You'll see the only person that was qualified to stand next to Hillary at that time with a mic was Mr. Sean because he was the top celebrity. He was also a government official because all government officials are celebrities. That's why in the 60s, they had to call, shit got so hectic in the 60s, they had to call James Brown to the White House. And they had to send James Brown to the Apollo to perform in Harlem. Because whenever it get hectic, the White House will call their ass up to go do the job. Your generation never got that hectic where they had to call nobody. Your generation didn't really, y'all had all control riots, all control things. Y'all never got out of control, so they never had to call nobody to that White House to stop it. But back then, they had to do that. No. Pop entertainers always been controlled by politicians, and that's how they always control you. So now, we're going to get into this same program, and now it's 2025, and now they're not respected no more. They was only needed for a campaign called what? Change. So after this campaign, everybody changed. Also, I already went through this before. Russell Simmons wanted nothing to do with this campaign. He is not endorsing Mr. Barry. I already connected that Russell and Diddy were red. I already connected that. But this shirt really lets me know this was Russell trolling. I'm not with none of this shit. I'm going to put on this Christian shirt because I'm working magic on y'all. I'm not with none of this. What else is this proof? They all knew it was going to happen to all of y'all. But I'm going to tell you, Russell said, I don't want nothing to do with that. Diddy said, I don't want to do with that. We're going to make him do it. This is your proof. They made him be blue. They made him be blue. Jay-Z blue. They made him be blue. Because they already made him pink already. No. You're going to see Russell laughing. Russell cracking jokes. They trolling. Russell know what he did to his ass. Diddy know what they did to his ass. And you're going to see them standing there like, you better not mess. Diddy standing there like, boy, you better not mess up neither. And Russell laughing like, I'm telling you what they did to him, y'all. It's in the picture right here. No, that ain't by mistake. He wanted the millions, he got them. But he was already broken in from the Big Daddy Kane days, y'all. Because Big Daddy Kane, all of them was. The biggest thing y'all forgot. This is the biggest thing y'all didn't catch. Thanks, bro. Remember when they kept talking about Mr. C kept getting caught with transsexuals? Well, Mr. C was Big Daddy Kane's DJ, but y'all kept forgetting that Jay-Z was under Big Daddy Kane too. Then y'all forgot that Mr. C, the one that what? Found Biggie. Did Mr. C really find Biggie? All right, then. Are you getting it now? You got your proof. Jay-Z was under Big Daddy Kane, and Big Daddy Kane was with Mr. C. But like I told you, idiots, on the Pink program, I already done show Big Daddy Kane is straight. Woo-wee. Big Daddy Kane is, oh my God, he's super pink. I can't never listen to his music no more. Hell no. Big Daddy Kane with Little Richard. Eric B. Rakim. Slick Rick. Oh, man. Wow. Told y'all. That's why we sit back and laugh at all y'all. We know the truth about all they ass now. Ain't that right, Pusher? We've been laughing at y'all now for about damn near 4 or 5 months. Because what? This was the picture telling y'all to your face, by the time it's over, all y'all going to change. Who the man was going to change? This little one I'm holding right here. It's my generation. It's my generation. Y'all had y'all time. It's my generation. When we finish with all y'all all going to be changed. All of y'all. And you're going to love it too. Skip that part. Skip that part. Go back to that. All right? They were the ones in control of it. And the truth is, before Barry was elected, they had more power than Barry, y'all. What is wrong with y'all? They had more power and more money. They were the favorites of the country. When Barry got elected, he became the favorite. And then he made him the mascot. He had to campaign for Barry. They made him campaign for Barry. Because the only way this is going to work, they kept telling you, young voters. The first time we had to spend young voters, no, we need young voters because they're the ones we're going to fucking brainwash. We need young voters because they're the ones we're going to brainwash. How we going to brainwash them? We're going to do it with a rapper. Who? Their favorite rapper. The whole generation of young people that's behind this, we're going to flip all their ass. Before this, they knew nothing about rainbows. They knew nothing about cross-dressing. They knew nothing about BBLs. But when it's all said and done, they will forget everything. Their history on every level, they will forget everything. But one thing they will do, they will change. And we will change them so much, they won't even know who they are, where they're going. But everybody else going to be the same, but they're going to be changed. We're going to change generations of them. And they did it. That's why I kept telling you, without him, it would have never got done, y'all. It would have never got done. Because the truth is, he had celebrities endorsing him that had more power than him. They took all your biggest icons, Jay-Z, Diddy, Russell Simmons, Oprah. They took all your biggest icons, Bill Cosby, and they put behind a man with no power. And guess what? This is how everybody bought it. And this is how the change was made. Then you're going to see after the change, everybody broke out, and now you're on your own. Now they saying you guys are the most of the most. They saying now most of you guys are what? Little Richard. That's the new code word. I'm no longer going to say rainbow. I'm only going to say pink, and I'm only going to say Little Richard. That's it. That's the new word. See the rainbow in the code? Showing you. This shit always been around. Ain't nothing new. Rainbow all in Little Richard name. All coded. Richard means D-I-C-K. Period. Elton John, outright gay man. Bishop Dom Magic Wand got Elton John glasses on. He been wearing them his whole career. Matter of fact, that's Elton John cup too. Yup. Let's go. Just to tell y'all too, y'all, every pimp in America was fake. And damn near every pimp in America that was famous was you know what. Yup. Let's go. Top of the top. We talking about hip-hop disgrace, Black Hollywood disgrace, everybody disgrace. See Jay-Z? That's what they did to him. Are you getting it? That's what they did to him. Told you, he never was who you thought he was. You only brought his persona because magic. No. So I'm saying that for a reason. Because they're all being disrespected, right? So why you didn't want to acknowledge the fact when I already told you and showed you Meek Mill was with Elton John proudly. This was Meek Mill out the closet. Meek Mill was so flaming, he couldn't even make a proper peace sign, y'all. You couldn't peep it? He couldn't make his peace sign is flaming. You didn't get it. Huh? No. Meek Mill, this is what Meek Mill was doing when his career was over, y'all. When he got punished by Drake, he was done after that. Then he went to jail. He was broken in. This is what Meek Mill was doing behind y'all back. I kept telling y'all. But people from Philly want to come on my chat and argue with me. People from Philly was trying to make it like I was hating on me. I kept trying to tell y'all. Fool, this was 2 years ago. Kept trying to tell y'all. This before any of this shit happened. Been telling y'all. Meek Mill was sneaking around, but he was doing it outright. But that's when I knew a lot of people that was his fans were already turned out. This when I been knew people from Philly was already turned out. I already been knowing it. This fool got on a shirt with glitter. Huh? Told you they was going to straight rainbow events. Even that man in the back said, God damn, Meek, I didn't know you was that fruity. That man don't listen to rap, but he had no clue. Because even that man said he ain't taking no picture of Elton John like that. Then I also know what it mean when Elton John put his arm around his waist. I know what that mean. Huh? You gonna see Meek Mill. No, bro. You accepted men putting chains on men. That's what I do to my lady, fool. You don't buy no necklace for no man. You don't put jewelry on men. No, that's how you got groomed, bro. That's Elton John partner. No, that's called showing love, man. It's Elton John partner. That's Burna Boy. See how Burna Boy dress? All right then, y'all. No, that is for every dark, I don't care, man. Anybody, black, don't matter. Whoever you are in this damn game, you're going to look like that. Look like what? Look at the colors. You're going to look like, they always got to show their Little Richard affiliation, man. Period. All right? They're going to show their Little Richard affiliation. And you're going to see they got to wear their colors. Because they got to show their true colors. You got to see them shining through. You see Little Richard? All right. This old stuff, y'all. Catch up. Catch up, fool. Now look, you see Little Richard? Watch Burna Boy. You're going to see every single color. Bingo. See it? Right there. This generation, they just do it different. I told you already. You can't make no money being hard. So they had to trick rappers with shirt colors, outfits, man buns, all that shit feminine, man bun guy. So, bro, if you had a man bun and your woman cheated on you, that's what she's supposed to do. If you started looking like that and your woman started disrespecting you, it was for a reason, bro. They wanted you to lose your respect. They wanted you to stand in your house looking like Young Thug, talking to your woman, talking all this shit, but they made it where, bro, I'm not playing with you. They made it where your woman ain't gonna respect you anyway. You in the kitchen telling your woman this, that, and the third, what she need to do and all this shit, but she don't respect you, bro, because how you look. You got grown to look a certain way, bro. You got to look feminine, man. That's straight feminine. This generation accepted a feminine look. We know for a fact. Let's ask this, is this a coincidence, y'all? Y'all want to deal in reality or y'all want to deal in a fake world? Is it a coincidence? Or let's just ask a question. How the hell does men have better hair than women? How the hell does men have better natural hair than women and hair longer than women? Don't answer the question. You just figure it out. You just figure it out. Huh? You figure it out. How is men hair better than women hair in 2025? You still ain't get it yet, huh? Why y'all still buying all this shit for your hair and somehow the men hair growing down their back? Told you, they been knew people was backwards, y'all. What else? Because today we looking at these weirdos. Hip-hop means black people, period. That's the code word, those hip-hoppers. Yeah. Damon Wayans not only said he kissed his brother in the mouth, he also said that he fell in love with his nephew's girlfriends. His nephew's girlfriend, he fell in love with her. Perverted Chester. This guy's over 60 years old now, y'all. Why are these old bastards still talking? Because Shannon Sharpe gave Damon Wayans a platform. Even though Shannon Sharpe's done like an old pervert and a weirdo, yes. When Shannon Sharpe had all that makeup on his face, it was for real. When Shannon Sharpe kept being spotted with his little friend, it was for real. He's out the closet. They all are. The Wayans family out the closet. Emily B got a new Fabolous, y'all. Let's once again look at how these entertainers are delusional weirdos. Emily B is a weirdo because Fabolous is a weirdo. They're both weirdos because that's what they do. All right? To show you how a lot of y'all brains are psyche failures, something like that. You ever notice how people to break up with somebody and then they go try to find another person they broke up with? You didn't know that was a psychological weirdo behavior. Everybody I broke up with, I made sure I went with somebody totally opposite than the little nothing like they ass. If you was tall, I went with somebody short. If you was slim, I'm gonna go with somebody thick. If you were thick, I go with somebody slim. You wear natural hair, I'm going with somebody wearing wigs. See what I'm saying? That's me. Y'all will sit there and look for the same exact person again. Emily B downgraded, y'all. She got to knock off Fabolous. Ain't no way in hell she was going to get further without Fabolous. Fabolous money was decent, but he's falling. She also knew he was falling. She also got tired of Diddy doing stuff to him. And she got tired of him choosing Diddy over her. A knockoff Fabolous, y'all. Another celebrity y'all probably into. Do you see Emily B face? Do you get it now? He had to be a flower, and she had to be a you-know-what. No, y'all. I thought they were getting Botox to their face. No, they got to turn into Skeletor. You see Emily B hard-ass face? I wouldn't want nothing to do with Emily B neither. She looked like the Statue of Liberty. It's right, because her man been done. Her man been pimped out. It's just that, bro, you didn't get it. You ain't want to accept it. He been busting Fabolous out for over 20 years. Emily B got tired of this shit. He running up on the Diddy in Miami. He run up on the Diddy in Atlanta. He ran around Diddy's whole New York career. Emily B home with the kid. Why she got tired of his ass. Are you willing to accept in New York? Be proud of Fabolous now, New York. One thing I get these fools, at least they did have the dignity to stop wearing a New York hat when they went to Atlanta. I'll give them that. Be proud now, New York. You got to be proud of this shit. What I'm going to show you, the modern day era of how all the celebrities know they have to be feminine, they know they role, and they are feminine. All right? You look in that Fabolous shirt, he knows his code in the industry. Now look at the Little Richard color. See the colors in Fabolous shirt? They all know their order. It's just that you didn't know that, and you the one still stuck in the old world. But the joke's on you. I told you it all came out the closet, and y'all guys at the top. And now, let's not look at that. Let's just keep seeing how you're going to see those same patterns of colors playing out. Look at Fabolous shirt. See it? All right, then. Talking that millennium shit that ain't come out in no book. Ain't nobody tell me nothing. Nobody tell me nothing. When I tell you that shit is out, it's out. Because they wanted it out. You get it? So for those who colorblind, who ain't that smart, you ain't gonna catch none of this. All right? Because some of y'all don't know what you told. If you got to figure shit out on your own, a lot of y'all just can't do that. All right? All right? So, if I would have saw this shit a long time ago, I would have been knew what Diddy did to him, but I get it clear now. Because he was licking him in his fucking ear. Damn, I ain't mean to curse. Anyway, no, y'all. Let me bring up the day for you millenniums, for you Generation Z, for all of y'all. See, little baby, your modern day superstar? Little baby knows his role. He's from Georgia, the same home as Little Richard. Huh? You gonna see little baby was rocking a onesie. Who is he with? Diddy and Fabolous. Can you imagine what those guys did? Diddy and Fabolous. Can you imagine what they did? Fabolous, you better hope you don't come out in court on no tape. You better hope you don't get exposed like me. Is that why you hiding, laughing, and joking? Is that why Emily B is scared? Are you scared something gonna drop on you, Fabolous? Fabolous smart. One day I give Fabolous, I will give him this much. His ass stay out the way. And his ass don't start no YouTube channel. And his ass ain't doing all that other shit. I'll give him that. One day I give Fabolous, one day I give Fabolous, he not gonna make a clown himself. He ain't gonna do all that. He gonna stay laid back. He ain't gonna do all that, y'all. I'm gonna give him that. He ain't gonna make an ass out of himself. But see, a lot of them didn't take heed from Fabolous. But the difference between Fabolous and the rest of them, he's more financially straight than them. So I keep telling you, the ones you see it now, they gotta pop out. They gotta do the shit they do. Fabolous don't gotta do that shit. He all right. Get it? He's decent. We know he got hits. But we know he also lost Emily B. But Emily B, you shall get clowned today because all you did was get a knockoff Fabolous. Y'all see that shit? She went and got a knockoff Fabolous, y'all. Emily B, this shit means you really want to be with Fabolous. You really want to stay with him. So you went and got a knockoff Fabolous. That's what it means. Y'all have no clue. A lot of y'all are under mental, psychological trauma. Y'all do this in real life. I seen women do it. Woman break up with me. I saw what a dude looked like me. No, he don't look like me. He was just the same height. That's about it in complexion. Hell no, he look like me. That's what women do. They do that knockoff shit. Men do it too. Everybody does that shit. But y'all didn't know that's psychological. Because I told you it comes from TV, all that. Women, when you were young, I told you, whatever rapper popping, you gonna like that guy. Whatever rapper's the hottest rapper, you gonna like him. That's why I say a lot of this shit, y'all accepted it, y'all. Ladies, a lot of y'all didn't mean to accept it and grow, but that's what happened. Because that's how I'm gonna show you how this shit work. We always knew the science. They say what? Tupac told you, the men gonna like whatever the woman like. But that was part of turning men feminine. I ain't gonna lie. Because it was like this. Damn, a woman like Young Thug, and they love him like that. Damn. So bro said, I'm gonna grow my shit out too. Fuck it. So bro ain't trying to be fruity. He just looking at it like that what a woman like. He growing this shit out. But that's the trick. That's the trick, y'all. That's how it go. You know what I'm saying? That's how it go. That's how it go. That's how it go, y'all. Now, I'm going to keep something real with y'all, what I always knew, what I learned. Like, you know how they say diamonds girl best friend? Diamonds really are feminine, y'all. I wear diamonds, but I don't wear a lot of diamonds. But guess what? This one I always knew. This game right here, this one I always knew. When I wear diamonds, the diamonds attract the women. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wear diamonds. You know what I'm saying? The diamonds attract the women. This shit I always knew. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit that attract women. It's like I say, some of us know certain shit how to attract women. I'm trying to tell you that. You know what I'm saying, bro? We can go on the spot, 10 of us, I know certain things that will attract the woman. Get it? Certain things. That's what I be telling y'all, man. A lot of y'all just thought about looks and shit. Yeah, it is, but it's certain things, man. You know what I mean? Some of us know how to catch a woman's eye, and that's what that's about. You know what I'm saying? That's what the diamond's really about, catching her eye. Feel me? Yeah, that's what it was about. But that's why I told you, all that mad diamond, that shit feminine, bro. All that shit feminine. Diamond here, diamond there, that's one thing. No doubt, that's one thing, but all that other shit now is feminine. Nobody feminine, bro. They wear tennis bracelets, tennis necklace. That's woman shit. That's why I'm trying to tell women. We coming up, women get money, they get tennis bracelets. Ankle, tennis bracelet on ankle, tennis bracelet on wrist, carrots, all carrots. Same shit you see the rappers wear now. Young Thug, skinny ass chain, that's what the woman was wearing. Coming up, the woman, y'all know they were wearing the X and O gold chains. The X and O gold chain, the X and O elephant. But when that woman step a level up, she get the baguette princess cut tennis bracelet with the chain to match. Or a man buy it for her. Told you, y'all lower y'all standards, but y'all would trick woman, you don't wear diamonds no more. Huh? So that's what happened to y'all. Y'all accepted a bum life, right? Let me prove something to y'all. Y'all started messing with men. You've been with men for decades. You got baby fathers here, never bought you no diamonds at all. No diamonds, no gold, no jewelry, no nothing. The way I'm raising this, anybody I'm raised by how it is. The woman I'm with, if I love her, she's going to get certain shit. Why? It means something. That diamond, that gold, it means something. Everything else I give you, that shit going to fade away. That shit don't mean shit. Even when we break up, you still going to remember me, and you still going to see me. And if you want to pawn it, that's on you. But you going to know what I did. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to prove to you at what shit was real. Because if you ain't real, you ain't getting no jewelry. You ain't getting nothing. That's how it go. So y'all accepted the standard of not having nothing. Huh? Been in relationships, ain't got nothing. You can't even go to the class and say, yo, man, that dude I was with, that bastard, but at least he did buy me this Gucci bag. He ain't buy you shit. So y'all started stepping nothing and lowering your standards, so now nobody respect you. That's how it go. That's right. And the dating apps made it where you can give up that coochie so fast, you ain't getting nothing anyway. So it ain't that a lot of women had to sell their ass. It's just that they kept messing with men and they ain't had no standing. The men wasn't giving them shit. They wasn't building off that shit. Because the truth is, if you're a single woman, which means you're dating, you supposed to always have some shit. And that means you ain't got a what? Prostitute. No. You lost your, people just don't, they ain't no shit. They lost their stand. They ain't no game. They ain't know nothing. Because they want to be like celebrities and whores. Nah. The bad chicks back in the day know how to get that money. They got musical chairs. They got this guy gonna come at 11 o'clock in daytime. About 2 o'clock, his ass better get out of here. Kids coming home. You gonna get out of here. Then kids gonna come from school. Guess what happened? They gonna chill, go outside, go to bed, get your ass in that room. Another man gonna come over. What they gonna do? Talk his ass to death?
Want to drink? Want to eat? All right. Time to go. Get your ass out of here. Pop. No pussy. Huh? They got them lined up. Friday come. She got all the fools pulling up. Friday, he going to pull up. Saturday, Sunday, dropping it off. After church, he done lied, told his wife, he going to the store. He done went to the side piece, drop it off. Man, I told you I was raised around real woman, fool. Pick one. I'm talking about players. I know women that made men cry. I'm talking about real woman that sold drugs, all that shit. Screw that. Woman corporate. Woman that's, you want to say they ugly? I don't care what you want to say. Do you want to say she on welfare, disability? I don't care what you say. I know a woman ain't got to work their ass. Ain't got to give up nothing. He going to wait. He going to do what I fucking say. And when I'm ready, I'll do something with your ass. And that might be once every 3 months, fool. And you going to still love me and still do the fuck I said. And they knew that. I don't even got to thread to tell your wife. I ain't got to do that. Because you love me so much, nigga, you coming back. And that's how it was back then, y'all. So, you know what that shit meant? It really meant a lot of y'all lost y'all fucking way. Because the woman knew some shit that I'm going to tell y'all what it is, man. So that's why I say, man, it's things that happen. People forgot their way. If you want to talk race, man, even white women know that shit. White women, it's been circles right now. Right? Man, trust me on that. White women run their man. Run his ass. And if that white man don't do what the fuck she said, she gonna find a way to get rid of his ass or she gonna get up out of there. She ain't dealing with that shit. No. There's a science to that shit. So what I said all that because standards got changed. And everybody accepted nothing. So now nobody got nothing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So back to Emily B. Going all around, she don't got nothing because she was with Fabolous too long. So she went from a big rapper that was with a billionaire named Diddy, hits on the radio, all that shit. She's with a goddamn content creator. Then I tell the last day everybody's gonna be content creators. He's a knockoff Fabolous, y'all. She with a knockoff Fabolous. Can you believe this shit? Emily B got low self-esteem, bro. Oh my God. Even though Emily B made her face harder than everybody. Now, let me show you something else. Huh? Your generation, right now as we speak, Lil Baby going on tour soon. It's your generation. But you're going to see Lil Baby know his role. But the word of today is hip-hop disgraced, BET disgraced. It is embarrassing now, y'all. I'm just showing y'all the narrative. This is embarrassing. Emily B with him now. A fake ass Fabolous, y'all. You cannot make this shit up. No. And Emily B, your head and face big now. You've been playing with your face on that Hollywood shit. Now your face harder than Fabolous. Cardi B had to do it too. All of their ass. Right? Look at Emily B now looking like the Statue of Liberty. Huh? You'll see Fabolous with his Elton John glasses on. No, y'all. When they put all those rhinestones on their glasses, Cameron and the rest of them, they being Elton John, fool. No, the rappers just do it different. The rappers just do it different. See Elton John, see Little Richard. This was the 50s, guys. 75 years ago. No, he was outright fruity. You knew he was. He was outright fruity. You knew he was. But you didn't understand this is the music industry program. All right? Music. Okay, I'm not talking about athletes. I'm not talking about actors today. This is the music program. All right? That's it. All compromised and controlled. Let's go. All compromised and controlled. Compromised and control. How you think they control them? You know the hip-hop game, right? Jay-Z was the Little Richard of your era. Thank you, Tania. That's what it is, y'all. It's just that they were the better actors. And I'm going to give it to them. They had to be the better actors. They did have the toughest role. Them fools tricked me, y'all. They tricked the world. They were some good fucking actors. So I'm just like everybody else. I've been here. I heard stuff. I saw stuff. I kept turning my head too. Same shit. Because it's like, all right, you hear this stuff, but you can't prove it. So it's like, all right, I was in the same shit. But as this shit went on, and I've been on this thing called the internet, I've been putting this shit together, y'all. But it took a long time. But I put it together. I never stopped. That's why I was able to put all the clues together. No, y'all. You will clearly see Russell Simmons was pranking. They knew they put Jay-Z on a bogus mission. They knew everybody was going on a bogus mission behind this shit. And they said, Jay-Z, you gonna do it. We ain't doing it. They said, Russell said, they might say I'm a bastard. But when it's all said and done, they ain't gonna blame me for this shit. Hell no. When all these people get flipped out, I ain't gonna have nothing to do with that shit. That's what Russell said, y'all. Guess who else said it? Diddy. When this shit go down, they ain't gonna blame me for that shit. It's gonna be him. And he the one that did it. So that's why I keep telling y'all. I love the history because I like to show people their fake ass reality. This before Jay-Z was Jay-Z. Jay-Z meat riders. All right? Let me go back to your other idol. Before they were anybody. All right? Even though I did this already. See that? Before he was anybody. Before he was trying to get his speech together, stumbling, messing up. Before he had money, nothing. Somebody was already over him. Russell and Diddy was already over him. So I kept telling you, idiots. Russell and Diddy go back with Trump back in the day. Before none of them was in trouble, when all of them getting started, they had to all be in order. Because if Rudolph Giuliani needs to make a phone, needs something done in that black community, he calls up Russell. He calls up Diddy. Or Giuliani back then, he can call up Trump. Trump, call Russell for me. That's what they was doing back then, y'all. A lot of y'all don't know that. Russell, get Al Sharpton for me. All right. What they were doing. Russell stepped away. Sean, we need a pro. Get Al for me. All right. That's what they was doing, y'all. That's how this shit worked. This whole time, hip-hop, New York, Republican, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm telling a lot of y'all from New York, man. Go back in your history, man. You know what I'm saying? I should have posted and shared it. It's a powerful New York documentary. Show you the whole New York history through all the mayors. All the mayor eras, y'all. Show the whole shit. Breaking it down to the lowest compound. How we grew up before that, the whole time. When Jenkins was in office, Koch in office, then when Giuliani came in, breaking the whole shit down, y'all. And they're going to show you when it was blue, when it was red. They're going to show you how shit was changing. That's why I say a lot of y'all got to get back into your history, man. Damn, this shit's sad. Fucking sad, man. Before he was even created. That's why what I kept telling y'all, family, I said you're going to know who. Because most people that got altered, they don't remember nothing past 2008. This 2008. Kept telling you. When I said you was in a fake world, you know how you going to know? You ain't going to remember nothing from the real world. You ain't going to remember nothing. If I see you right now, you ain't going to know nothing from the real world. That's how I know you gone. No, y'all. The fake people don't remember nothing from 2008. Everybody from back then, 2008, got flipped. A lot of stuff now. You know, we got proof on a lot of stuff. Remember yesterday when I was saying this generation is more than the other generation? Family. Let's go back to this. This is how simple it is, y'all. Because it's out the bag. Back then, there was no such thing as a BBL, y'all. Back then, there was no such thing as them taking medication. It was no such thing as them getting surgery. It was no such thing as organizations. It was no such thing as marching. None of that. So who's the most now? That's all I want to show you how to prove. All right? There was no such thing as getting them surgery back then. None of that shit was even thought about. So who's the most in the culture now? That's what I kept telling y'all. You see what Little Richard got on? I got to stress this to y'all because this ain't no damn secret. This is why they say y'all at the top now. Trans blacks. Because there was no such thing as trans blacks back then. They was not getting no surgeries and all that. There was no such thing as that. Y'all generation got the most surgeries. But what y'all didn't understand is it's not about the people that got the surgeries. It's about all the people that's running to the people that got the surgeries. See that? That's why it's a lot of numbers now. For everyone that got a surgery, they might be dealing with 10 plus people. Add it up. Do the math. See, you kept talking about them all in Atlanta, but you forgot the members, all right? So what you don't understand is for every one of them you see that's a cross-dresser, you got to multiply that by some more because there's some people you ain't going to see. Because that person know a whole lot of more people that you don't know and I don't know. See how it works? So when they saying there's a lot of y'all, they got the proof. They got the proof everybody got surgery. They got proof everybody in the medical field. They got proof everybody in the organization. Then they can assume the proof of, well, shit, if all of them getting this done, somebody got to be seeing them. Common sense. If somebody, if they getting all these surgeries going back to their neighborhoods, somebody got to be dealing with these people.
So even we got 5 million on paper, if we got 2 million on paper, we know it's more of that that's indulging in the shit. And that's just the ones that cross. Have nothing to do with the ones that don't act like that. Had nothing to do with ones that look straight. Had nothing to do with the ones that's a little feminine, straight. It ain't got to do with none of that. So we put it all together. Ben, and I'm telling y'all the truth is the plan was to, they started it back then. This is when they started it. Before it was no such thing as that. The Klan started this shit. I kept telling y'all. When the Klan came in, they say this how y'all gonna be, and we gonna groom y'all generation with this shit. The same people started this, they were behind the HBCUs. That's what I keep telling y'all. It was a system. It was a program. Where the HBCUs know they started? Georgia, the powerful ones. Georgia, where Little Richard from? Georgia. Do you get it? The Klan was in power. You guys are going to be feminine. The thing is, as hip-hop went on, they didn't change it. It stayed the same. Because that's the law. That's law, y'all. When I tell y'all about this country and this world, nothing changes unless the law changes. You're going to see nice buildings. You're going to see phones. If them laws don't change, ain't shit changed. That's part of the false reality. The false reality is making you think shit changed, but if the law didn't change, it didn't. So you can, like I said before, you live in certain places, you still fucking crying, but the laws never change. You just won't accept it. The law is the same for your grandmother day, her mother, your time, and you still there. So that's why you're going to keep them the same shit, because the laws don't change. And they're not going to change. You don't get it. When you see that city say established, it's still under that law. You don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And certain laws were made to keep exactly how it's supposed to be. The way the city set up, you guys never going to take over. You guys never going to be straight. It's set up like that. You're going to work and go home. You're going to work and have just enough. Other than that, you fucking leave then. That's what they've been telling us our whole life. Little Richard was smart. We'll say it again. House. 1.3 million. See? Now that same house, Los Angeles, New York, how much that house gonna be? To show you that even the older celebrity was smart. Little Richard knew, I'm gonna play my role. Hey, this is what I gotta do. This is who I am. This is what I'm gonna be. Also, Little Richard knew he would have got slayed back then. He would have got taken out back then. And it's not just part of the racism. It's not just part of racism. The truth is, they knew that them racist bastards that had to spend that money was not going to spend no money unless that black man was in feminine mode. Because them white men back then, if the black man was masculine, it was like disrespect. So I'm saying, if they let me on the stage back then in the 50s, and I'm looking like a man, and them white women think I'm handsome and sexy, and they think I'm a strong black man, they ain't like that shit. That's offensive. See, couldn't be like that, y'all. Then I'm on there dancing. The woman looking at my private part. Then I ain't have that. We're gonna make him like a female. That's where it comes from, y'all. That's where it comes from. So the look was accepted. So even back then, women started to like men that look like that. This is where the whole concept of men, woman liking lighter men come from. Lighter makeup. This is where the whole concept of liking men with good hair. He got good hair. It comes from here, y'all. They made it up. This who y'all gonna be. We didn't make y'all wear dreads back then. It wasn't in style. It made y'all wear perms. It's always gonna be longer than what it is. Back then, everybody knowing their mama, bald head meant masculine. Always meant that. You call it skinhead. It means masculine. What it mean? Why you think when Jada cut her hair, when a woman gotta cut their hair, they gotta be masculine, they gotta go what? Bald, because bald mean masculine. Always have. All right? So they would make them do stuff to do it. You want to grow your hair. All right? And then they had a game. We control all of y'all. So we teach your men to take care of their hair and grow it. And you women, we teach how to destroy it. And this is how we keep the man feminine. How we keep the man feminine, ladies, by keeping y'all hair messed up. So they always going to look what? Different than y'all. Their hair going to be more healthier than y'all. It's on purpose. Ladies, we don't give y'all products for y'all hair to grow. Hell no. We give y'all products for y'all shit to be destroyed. Now, the products help the men hair grow, they good. 2025, when y'all going to figure, ladies, when you going to get tired of men having longer hair than you? You ain't tired of that shit yet? Oh, well. Let's go. All right?
Def Jam, Bad Boy, control the whole thing. Now, why am I saying that? Because I'm giving people the background. They were the most powerful men of that category before this man. This man, all right, you'll see that man like he was fresh out of school. No. This man was, on top of that, he was under Barry. Only reason why he in position because he had the money. At this time, you looking at, he was signed to Russell Simmons. That's what Russell Simmons said, you're going to do it. This when he was controlled. This when he was a rapper. He was nobody. He was somebody, but he wasn't who people thought he was. He was just big on that camera, but power-wise, he had no power. All right? Let's go. Shout out to everybody that's up, tapped in. You see Steve Stout, the one Diddy cracked in the head with a bat. Once again, that was a lie. You don't see no mark on his head. And this was after he's supposed to crack him on the head with a bat. All lies. See, Steve Stout never hit his head, always kept it bald, but he looked at it like people was too stupid to even know that. Plus, they did a lot of lying before the internet. That's all it is. Nobody kept telling them. They never thought the internet was going to expose them. Nah, man. This fool lied and said Diddy cracked him in the head with a bat. No, that was promotion for the video. You can hate me now. Because they were doing shenanigans back then. MTV was social media, y'all. You put MTV, VH1, E! Hollywood News, put them together. That was our social media. That was TMZ. That's all it was. Same shit. So I kept telling, I've been watching the same shit my whole life, man. Same thing. Only thing changes throughout the time and years, they just change the form the media comes in. Media is going to be media, is how they change it coming to your hand or your house. News, whether it's newspaper, magazine, internet, don't matter. The media got to come, it's going to come. It's nothing new. All right? It always been that thing called what else, y'all? Word of mouth. All right? It always been like that. Gossip. Always been like that. So look. Let's go. Let's look at some more modern day embarrassment. Tiger Woods. See Tiger Woods going out in shame? That's what he get though, right? Remember he turned his back on them people, right? Y'all remember that, right? This how I go down, y'all. I spoke about anybody that been doing a certain people wrong, they're going to get their issue. Y'all been watching it, y'all. Remember when he went out his way to say what? I don't rock with them people like that. I'm not them. Now look at his ass. That's how they do it. They get you to turn on them people. Because when you turn on them people, they say, okay, whew, got his ass now. We get y'all to turn on y'all people so that way we start doing y'all dirty. Y'all don't got nobody to run to. Yup. And then we love to slay y'all and let them watch. So now you're going to see Tiger Woods in embarrassment. But see, another thing with Tiger Woods, y'all, when he was on top, he was cocky. He was super arrogant. Yup. It say Tiger was like, you know what I'm saying, piece of, you know what? He'll treat you like trash. But then his perfect image got tarnished from what? He got caught cheating, right? Crashed into that tree, right? Yeah. They say that fool been in them programs too. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Nah, man. They've been putting a helmet on his damn head and that shit been cooking his brain. Tiger Woods is out of here. How the hell was Tiger Woods a prominent, rich golfer, but he looks worse than a man standing outside a liquor store right now? He looks worse than anybody we might can point out in the street that's homeless with a sign. He looks bad, y'all. He looks horrible. What's up, Darielle? See that shit? No, man. I just seen Tiger not too long ago. His hair was not like that. No, good for Tiger Woods. That's what he get. Remember you said he wasn't black? Remember that, right? I'm not just saying it ain't about you say you want to be black. You ain't wanting to do with them people. You ain't want to claim them people. You was making a life. Don't ever put me with them people. Even though your daddy was black and busting down your Asian mama, you ain't want nothing to do with that black stuff. Now look what you got. Now another harsh reality we got to look at is showing proof, y'all. A lot of people are not here no more, y'all. These are facts. These are facts. These are facts that don't want to be acknowledged. When I also said that, you will tell by the numbers on YouTube, y'all. There's no such thing as numbers being here, and there's a lot of different things going on. But people have been being wiped out. Over the weekend, floods, tornadoes. I'm finding out days later. Floods, y'all, wiping out cities. Families.
I don't know how many cities been evacuated. I don't know how many neighborhoods been evacuated and destroyed. It's so many. I don't even know. People are disappearing. Even if it's from them just losing it all, meaning no phone, no ID, can't go back home, no nothing. Towns wiped out, y'all. Towns, cities. Fire, by fire, water, snowstorm, tornado, Arctic blast, 5 different, yo, it's starting to show. When they, I swear to God, man, it's 2 different things. I think part of this is some people that was running their mouth. I know for a fact they're tracking people off TikTok. Something else I saw. This also got to deal with the migrants, because when I told y'all, the migrants, the drug dealers with the fatty, a lot of them are hiding in these country towns, because these country towns you see had opioid crises. Yes. So a lot of them had to get, you're going to see flood outs, smoke outs. Flood outs, smoke outs. Natural disasters. But this is weird because, y'all, days later, they said it. Town wiped out. Town flooded. So they said they were going to keep TikTok going. But like I said, I think a lot of that shit been still used to track people down. That's one thing. I saw this shit, y'all. It said they no longer giving weather reports in Spanish. So I got it clear what they were saying. I got it clear. Because what they were saying was the people they trying to get, they don't want them to know nothing. So don't put no weather reports in Spanish. Secrets of America, man. I've been through this stuff, y'all. Yo, them foreigners be in country places, y'all. That's where they be at. You know what I'm saying? Like people know they be in New Jersey. They don't be in Newark like that. They be on the outskirts. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be in Egg Harbor like that. So I'm saying they're going to be in them other parts. Because people told me, man, they be in the suburbs. They also know the suburbs where you get money fixing up houses. The migrants know in the city you don't make no money. You're going to struggle. They say down there, we get a job off the farmland. We get a job off painting. You know what I'm saying? Roofing. Doing yard work. They know this. I told you they way smarter than what you thought they was. Way smarter than what you thought they was. A lot of them was in the South, y'all, with lawn care businesses. You don't get it twisted. Some of them might have been here legal, but they had some family members that was here legit. They chilling with their family. But what you got to peep is a lot of them were living in these country towns. All the places y'all don't want to live at, that's all the places where they be at. I told you that's how America works, y'all. All the places y'all don't go or live at, that's where all the other people be at. Having fun too. Told you the cities for certain people. But you're gonna see, you know for a fact, it was war declared on what? Fatty pushers. What else is the war on? Anybody going against the grain? Anybody labeled as a terrorist? But guess what? Anybody that been on internet platforms talking about 47 all day, you might be in that terrorist category. And if your whole city been on it like that, and your whole neighborhood on TikTok, because one day they know about what? Them groups. They know your whole neighborhood on Facebook in what? Groups. They know your whole city is wrapped up in that one what? App. If I want to know what's going on in your city, all I gotta do is go to your city Facebook. What's up, Quinn, Detroit? I want to know what's going on in Detroit. I click on Detroit Facebook. I know all the shit going on in Detroit. That's how I go. That's how I always knew about cities. I want to know what's going on in your city. I go on your Facebook. What's up? That's how you learn everything. Okay, this so-and-so, so-and-so. Okay. Facebook tell you all, y'all. Told you government study. So they can know your whole city on Facebook. All y'all talk about is 47 all day. All y'all GPS'd out. All y'all tracked out. Guess what? Somehow, y'all whole city just something happened. Something. Y'all just wouldn't stop. Kept talking. They were checking them people's profile, y'all. They were talking about 47, 5 years straight. They gotta go. We're not dealing with this to 2028. This time around to 2028, we're not dealing with that. Get them out of here. Huh? That's how I think. So look, right? You feel me, Sister T? What's up, Sister T? Make sure y'all check out Sister T. Now, y'all, I know what's going on in these places, man. Yeah. Tell you, man. A lot of places where they don't got nothing else to do but talk all day. Anybody that was talking the wrong stuff, I know what's up. So I kept telling y'all. That's what I kept telling people. Towns got flooded out. Straight up. Flooded out, y'all. Kentucky, family, all the places we was talking about the other day, Cities of America. Arkansas, something happened. Get it? Minnesota, Kentucky. Death, y'all, death. If it ain't death, financial death. You chilling, this your card. What you gonna do now? What are you gonna do? What's the main thing? Evacuation. Military came already. Y'all gotta go. What you gonna do? Towns, cities, family. Those are the people watching content. Yeah, use your brain. Everybody had a cell phone. When people watching YouTube on their channel, they watching Hulu, all that. That shit shut down. City shut down. Power off. City evacuated. Goodbye. People down south, y'all, are the main people that be online because they don't got shit to do. That's why I say I know what's going on. All the places that so-called country, all that Midwest, down south, they the ones been getting wiped out. But they the main ones be on the internet watching stuff. The number one TV consumers always been the South and the Midwest because they the ones need entertainment the most. Us from cities, we be outside most of the time. No, y'all, those are the main viewers. It's them states like that, Kentucky, Tennessee, Texas. So I'm saying, I'm going to be honest with you. The country your city is a state, the more you're going to be online. That's how I go. That's all. That's the main shit I got to do. So I know what's up. I know where the numbers come from. I know about my channel. All right, that's how I go. If I break it down to you, New York is not the most content watchers. Los Angeles is not the most content watchers. A lot of people from New York like to listen to podcasts in their headphones. A lot of people in New York be having stuff to do. They don't got time to watch stuff. That's why I know what I'm talking about. It's these cities like that, they do the most watching on the internet, y'all. So I keep telling you, we've been talking about this for a minute, and we've been seeing these numbers disappear. Ain't no such thing as that. There's no such thing as November 1600. Shit just keep going up and going up and going up and going up and shit going up. I'm like, damn, shit going up. But then after all this shit start happening, okay, first Arctic blast happened. You see shit start going down. Then we see what? Tornado, shit start going down. It look mass fire. After LA got on that fire, what happened? Shit start going down. And then the fire South Carolina, shit start going. You just kept seeing it. You kept seeing it because this shit for real, y'all. It's for real. When they said 2/3 of the population will be reduced, it's happening, y'all. Well, like I said, the way the life work, shit can be so real, it can happen right in our face. We won't even comprehend that shit. Oh, it's just another flood. No, I catch the key word. See, they say it's a flood, but they'll say evacuation. So I know what that means. Whole city gone. And it also means it don't matter what you had going on, you have to leave. This car shows us. And then I also know when they show me that picture, this could be the best part, meaning this not even the worst part. Because the worst part never gets televised. And I know for a fact it's always worse where? In the hood. With no what? Draining system. This also was an excuse for y'all to go. Your house condemned because all the water has to do is go above the electrical socket, y'all, and it's condemned. Another part of the trick. Another part of the trick. Anything that water go over that socket, condemned, y'all. Gotta leave. So that's why I say towns begin evacuated. Then if they was there, the power is not good. That power ain't good nowhere over there. That's how it worked. Then on top of that, it was a flood and a tornado together. And I think they said a cold storm about to come. It's April, y'all. Yes, it's going down. It's going down. Yes. Okay, we looked at the drug arrest roundups. These are also the states of the opioid crisis, migrants. So it's so much going on at one time. They banging on migrants, rounding up drug dealers. Also, I'm going to say certain Americans disgruntled. Like I said, when that man got shipped off overseas, his ass, telling you, some Americans began shipped by mistake. Yep. But you know what happened too? some Americans getting caught up because they dealing with these people. So allegedly it was a man from Maryland got shipped out the country. But I was thinking, how the hell he get shipped out the country? Because he got mistaken for somebody ain't supposed to be here unless he was with their ass. So I think that was the stick to fix his ass. We're gonna ship you out of here real quick. Yup. That's also how you got proof, y'all. That's another thing we don't know. I told you that thing crazy. If they said towns got evacuated, how we know the people ain't getting shipped? Don't say that. What I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I look at shit different. Cause back in the day they was doing that shit. I'm talking about when they first laying down the laws of this land. If anybody know the history of this country, you know what I'm talking about, man. They was taking people from America, shipping their ass to goddamn the Virgin Islands. They'll put you on a boat on their way back to Europe, drop your ass off in India. They was doing that kind of shit. So I'm like, yo, they might have did that shit. Know why? I'm thinking bigger and different. Man, they might start shipping people overseas, get their ass out of here, right? Then trick their ass. Okay, now you ship out the country. Know what we're going to use y'all for now? Now we're going to use y'all to build up Mexico. The country we ship y'all to, we're going to use y'all. All right, we're going to give you jobs. You're going to work here now. That's how I look at shit, y'all. That's how I'm looking at it. We so stupid because I'm trying to tell you how this shit work. We looking at, man, they going to put them in FEMA camps. They going to put them in FEMA camps. Whole time, man, they fuck around and ship all their ass out the country. Know what I'm saying? Hey, American, they get evacuated. Give me that ID. Give me that. Ship their ass out of here. We ain't just ship them out. Go ahead. You talking all that shit, right? Ship their ass out of here. That's it. That's it. We read all their timeline. We seen all their shit. Get them out of here. No, we ain't gonna put them in jail. Just ship their ass out of here. Boom. You free, but your ass in another country. I think they've been doing that shit on purpose, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. So yeah, y'all. Let's go back to the top of the top. Who up in here? Who up in here? Yeah, y'all. The Little Richard program is for real. It ain't the Little Richard. It's the Black Hollywood game. It's the pink game. It's the BT game. See, Steve Harvey always got his lipstick on. See Whoopi Goldberg. See our heroes. Grandma, see our heroes. See how they turned out? Because they took that money and they didn't want to stop. So they had to stay in line. Because Steve Harvey made news yesterday because people was getting on Steve Harvey's neck because they say he was bragging, trying to show off all his riches, standing in front of private jets. And then that's what I'm trying to tell you. See, they from that era, it's these blacks that started all that. I got money. At least I got money, though. Why? Little Richard started that shit. Huh? Little Richard started that. What's Little Richard's famous quote that everybody ran with? You call me anything, just don't call me broke. Little Richard started that shit, y'all. I told you that's where the rappers get it from. Told you they all sissies, y'all. Little Richard started that. Call whatever you want, just don't call me broke. You feel me? He started that whole shit. No, y'all. The hip hop program is 25% of Little Richard in it. You know what I'm saying? Young Thug was the reappearance of Little Richard. Nah, the only difference is back then, they knew they were selling out. They knew they had to sell out. They want to say their family, and they accepted their role. That's the only thing. They knew back then. That's what my point is this. They knew it. It was no front, no hiding. You know what else they knew back then? Little Richard knew. This what they knew back then, y'all. If they didn't stay in character mode, they would have got their ass slayed. That's like saying Little Richard would have came out with a regular haircut, his ass would have got in trouble. Let's say he came on the stage dressed like a regular man, his ass would have got in trouble. They knew that back then, y'all. And to this day, they still know that shit. When Shannon Sharp first got on ESPN, what happened? He had all that makeup on his face, right? What they say? It was a dysfunction, a malfunction. No, it wasn't. For him to show he got that new deal on ESPN, for his dark ass to be on that TV, he had to be humiliated first. He had to be feminine. So that's why you're going to see Shannon Sharp so-called mistake just so happened it was something feminine. See what I'm saying? It wasn't a mistake of something masculine. It was a, no. It ain't a mistake. It's 2025. It's just that they thought that everybody was going to stay so stupid, you wasn't going to get it. So when I told you they made it where black entertainment would be exposed, because they made it where they exposed themselves. How? When Shannon Sharp got on the show, all this damn makeup on his face. I saw the movie, Little Richard said, it's the makeup. All right. What he was saying, when you're a Hollywood celebrity, you got to wear that makeup. And he was saying the makeup give us that perfect skin. So I kept telling y'all, when y'all be saying, oh, they look good for their age. Fool, they all wear makeup. They all wear makeup. All of them wear makeup. On and off. What's wrong with y'all? Because they know it's about looking better than you, and it's about looking flawless. He don't got no wrinkles. Oh, Steve Harvey, he look good for his age. He put makeup on, y'all. Thousands of dollars of face treatment and put on makeup. Steve Harvey knows his role. He's a comedian, right? Well, he's a clown. He knows his role. So that's why he got his lipstick on. Because that's what he do. He don't do that other stuff. His thing is he not doing the earrings. His thing is the lipstick. But he know he has to be feminine, y'all. He has to be Little Richard. Hopefully y'all get it now, Fantasyland. If you grown, hopefully you're gonna grow up. Meaning, there ain't nothing wrong with it. Meaning, I don't got nothing against Little Richard. I gotta say he outright. You can tell me anybody that I had love as an artist, any music I love, it ain't gonna stop me from liking the song. It ain't gonna do with me. But I'm only saying this because people was groomed in the era. Let me show you the era you was groomed in, y'all. You was groomed in the era to like the person. See, this is y'all groomed. This y'all brain right here. Y'all were groomed to like the person, not what they're saying, not what they're talking about. Get it? Not what they're headed at. Nothing. All you know is to like people. That's it. So that's all you're going to get. But in this situation, this is what made you get flipped. They purposely said, this is the first era of all these young voters. Well, what they saying? Because the grown-ups wasn't dumb enough to vote like that. Or the young ones are the voting because they're the ones we're going to brainwash. They're the ones we're going to brainwash and flip. And when it's all said and done, they will be changed. So when I keep telling you, these guys tell you exactly to your face, they will tell you the truth. No, they not always be lying. They don't always be deceiving. They don't always be tricking. They don't always be doing that. They tell you the truth. Change. Did that man lie to you? Did he lie to you? All right then. Who changed? Did the law change? Did the world change? Or did you change? Which one is it? You gonna keep it real? Who changed? Well, now let me prove this last thing to y'all. To show you this shit bigger than me, you, anybody opinion. And we even sit here and say, we ain't changed. Hell no, we ain't changed. Guess what? According to the reports and the documents, they say y'all changed. It's right here. This was them doing this shit. Family, I told you, I was looking for the business pyramid and this shit popped up. This what is being pushed. Y'all are now the most. Because I'm going to say it again. In Little Richard days, there was no such thing as getting no surgery. Little Richard days, no such thing as a BBL. No such thing as getting tattoos. Y'all did everything the most. No such thing as piercings. No such thing as wearing pink hair, turquoise hair, blue hair. No such thing as that. Yellow. Nope. That's y'all. No such thing as that. Hormone pills. Nope. Y'all are the generation we wanted. Y'all are. Y'all are the most. So now y'all see when I kept joking? Now y'all, when I kept saying, I said these rappers are more fruity than the ones who start. Little Richard, #1 song was called Tutti Frutti. And the rappers are fruity to him. I swear to God, they are. You know why? I seen Little Richard be a man. I seen Little Richard a man, y'all. You know what I mean by that? Little Richard wasn't gonna let you punk him like that. And I gotta prove Little Richard had wives. Little Richard was married. So it's proof he was more thorough than these guys. I'm not even playing with you. All right? Little Richard ain't die broke like these rappers. Jim Jones ain't got no house. Little Richard ain't die broke, y'all. Little Richard was smarter than the rest of their ass. His ass still had a little house. He had a few things. He was smart enough to have a house in Tennessee in a cut. $1 million house. So ask yourself, why these rappers ain't got no $1 million house? Even though they all know Richard. Because Little Richard days, there wasn't no such thing as acting hard. You know why? Do you know before Little Richard, there was no such thing as black crime, y'all? Do you know that? When Little Richard was doing this, there was no such thing as black slaughter. There was no such thing as blacks going to jail like that. No. That didn't start till after music, y'all, and y'all went to them cities. That's when it started. At this time, no such thing as black on black crime. At all. At all. Because they do better back then. There was no such thing as black on black crime back then, y'all. Ha ha. You see what I'm saying? So no. Thank you very much. All of this came about, y'all.
So what we looking at? The truth is, the older celebrities were smarter. Why they were smart, y'all? Because this the game they were playing, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. They knew that shit, y'all. Some of them knew that shit. Damn white man, do this shit. Tired of this shit. They had to do what they had to do, y'all. Because they had to get up out their neighborhoods. They had to get up out that life. This little Richard house is his childhood house. So like I said, to this day, they preserved this house. And people still visit it. Because I wanted to show y'all other people embrace y'all culture more than y'all. And that's how it always been. And people know more about y'all culture than y'all. So when I kept telling you, everybody knows, when I keep saying, everybody knows this, everybody knows, I keep telling you, everybody knows this shit. Everybody know the program for black people in this system. So that's why everybody know exactly what's going on with this Diddy rap shit. Like I said, the only biggest prank was, it was rappers. It was only our generation that didn't want to accept it and didn't know. Every other generation, they all knew, and they already knew that shit, y'all. So that's why I say we got pranked. Eric B just did it his way. See Eric B looking feminine? I ain't gonna say look feminine. You just look at Eric B and think about what those rich executives in them office, that's your pedos. You just think about how they felt about Eric B, and then you'll see he was in favor. All right? That's why I was called what? Eric B and Rakim. Not Rakim and Eric B. It was his group. That's why he kept all the money. But you gonna see back then, Eric B knew his role. He had to grow his hair out. Just did his cornrows. Cornrows and all those hairstyles we accepted, but the truth is, yes, they are feminine. Yes, they are. That's why you're gonna see to this day, y'all don't understand y'all been so backwards. You've been seeing more men with braids and what? Little girls. Huh? You gonna keep it real? For the past how many years, you've been seeing grown men with braids more than who? Little girls. And y'all know damn well, damn near every braided hairstyle started on a girl head with barrettes in it. See? When I keep telling y'all, it's a lot of reasons why they don't respect y'all. They know the shit. They know that shit. We'll have y'all kids dressed grown. We'll make y'all grown-up dressed like kids. We'll make your men wear little girl hairstyles. Huh? We'll let a woman get a man hairstyle with cuts and designs and they shit. Y'all all mixed up. And y'all the only ones that's going to do it. And love it. Because y'all grown. Eric B, this is his son. That's Eric B's son. Because he marketed his son overseas. You see his son wear lipstick? His son look worse than that. I can show you some son with this son. Boy, oh boy. Yep. Look at his daughter. This is hip-hop. You get it now? You're going to be two-way. And you're going to make your kids two-way. You get it? Hip-hop. Hip-hop. It's not a coincidence. You getting it now? Eric B, 2 kids, daughter, son. You getting it now? You get it. Okay. Little Richard. Young Thug. Elton John. Little Richard. Do you see it? Are you getting it? Okay. Now you got it? Accept it. Hip-hop disgraced. All right? Hip-hop disgraced. Eric B was never a street guy. He worked for the people. Your people got nothing but a hip-hop museum. That's cool. But Eric Adams ain't giving them no more money. Russell Simmons no more money. Diddy no more money. In trouble. All that shit over with. Now you're looking at humiliation. Where Russell Simmons at? Overseas. Def Jam. All right? What you looking at? The guys that groomed this shit because it was passed to them. Why am I showing you Diddy? Because I got to show you where he come from. Little Richard. Little Richard knew he knew what he was supposed to do. In our era and time, Diddy knew his position. So when you hear about him being bisexual, yes, he was bisexual. When you hear about the lifestyle, it's true. The baby y'all, it's true. Because that is the music industry that you love so much. This is the industry we wanted to be a part of. But the truth is, I didn't get a record deal because I guess I didn't get down. My homeboys didn't get deals. I guess they didn't get down. The truth is, it's in your face. This is what hip-hop always been. Black entertainment, what it's always been. Because the black celebrities always had it bad. And you were always taught to praise them because you've been praising since Little Richard, even though Little Richard means little dick. Ain't no coincidence. They got little dick and rainbow letters. No. You want to talk about racism? This is racism in your face. But it's racism that was accepted and strategic. Because when the Klan took power in this country, the Klan ran Georgia. Little Richard from Georgia.
Only way you're going to perform in Georgia, you're going to look like a female. We outlawed all masculinity on TVs and any system you guys deal with, any position that you guys being a role model. You will have to be feminine. And that's it. No feminine, no check. And that's how it's always going to be, because that's how it was for Little Richard. So, salute the little, yeah, they need to salute Little Richard, because without him, they would have never got a damn check. All right? It's because of Little Richard, Don Juan able to get a check. Feminine. Right in your face. These guys don't got no woman, none of that. All right? Let's go to the goofies. Def Jam, right? When I tell y'all Russell Simmons put his rod in all of them rappers, he was a man having fun with all the youngsters. Yup. He was having fun with all them youngsters. Look what they did to Jay-Z. They ran a train on Jay-Z that night. See? And what I proved on this channel, family, that Diddy always has him taking pictures. Diddy always has someone taking pictures when nobody's looking. He been the diddler. He been the troll. I will show you so many pictures of him taking of Jay-Z specifically looking feminine. Many times. Here's another one. This one of Diddy pictures. This picture shows, this is what I get from it. Jay-Z's in a fake-ass reality and looked to me like Russell Simmons and Diddy is playing them, and Foxy Brown in on it too. We're going to give you Foxy, but we're going to have you. When I told you they made it with Jay-Z one, it's because of Russell Simmons, idiots. Russell Simmons made him win because Russell Simmons had fun with his hair. Don't worry, Jack got you. I'm going to give you Foxy Brown. We're going to make you hot. We're going to make you hot. You heard Jay-Z couldn't get a deal. Then what happened? You ain't figured out yet? He couldn't get a deal. What does that mean? Well, obviously, he already shot with Def Jam a long time ago. Russell ain't never won his ass. The same record labels, always been the same record labels. Why he ain't never get a deal? He was with Big Daddy Kane. They always knew him. Mr. C. Jay-Z was with Mr. C. How we don't know Mr. C wasn't screwing Jay-Z ass? How we don't know? Because Big Daddy Kane, Mr. C was rich. Jay-Z was a little boy from Marcy hanging around rappers. And then you're going to see Mr. C knew him and Biggie. Because those older rich men, they were preying on young boys. So I want to say Big Daddy Kane, Mr. C been had Jay-Z, y'all. I'm going to say that's where it come from. I can even say maybe Mr. C turned his ass out. Who knows? You see this picture though, right? Check this out, y'all. This before Jay-Z had any power, before he was anybody. He was fresh meat. Can you see how Russell and Diddy playing him like he a bitch? All right, this is in your face, y'all. Gotcha, Jay. After this, made sure he got Foxy on it. He got Foxy. He got Ja Rule. He got DMX. Jay-Z, every artist you collaborate with, they gonna be platinum status, baby. We got you, bro. We got you. We got you. Got you featured with Big. In 97, Diddy saw he was replacing Tupac and Biggie, and Diddy took control of his ass, y'all. That's what happened. And you see the picture right here. He was under full control. And he was on Def Jam with me. At this time, you're looking at Russell Simmons was his boss. His boss. Looking at Jay-Z, no multi-millions at all. That's why most of their magic tricks and powerful things were executed on this internet. People like me knew the truth before 2008. I never forgot who they were. You did. And they just had got married. I'll be talking about that too. Something very important happened before they got married. Y'all stay tuned. I got something for y'all hip-hop fans. All right? You got the proof. They made him do it, y'all. See that? At this time you're looking at, these guys are red. They're under the Giuliani umbrella. Hip-hop was controlled by the Republican Party. That's what it was. It was a control operation. Because they also knew that hip-hop is how you keep all of those black men in New York City. That's a problem. To keep them contained, they then came up with hip-hop. Then they tell you people left the gangs for hip-hop, started breakdancing. No. Hip-hop was used to make all you men soft. So one day you won't overthrow us and take over this goddamn country. One day you might get too smart, too big, too brutal, too vicious, and y'all warrior spirit might come out, and y'all might want to take over this shit. So we did this thing called the Million Man March to get a last number on y'all. And ever since the Million Man March, we've been trying to wipe y'all ass out. That same year, y'all went to Million Man March, we started the East Coast, West Coast beef. Because it always been a target on y'all men. And we gonna get y'all. But the only way we're gonna get y'all is through this music. And that's how we got y'all. How they get them? No, y'all, we not gonna slay y'all. We're gonna wipe y'all out genetically. And that's what happened. Come take these hormone pills. Now, what I mean is, for the people that's into that, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the ones that claim to have been so straight and claim to have been so tough. The truth is, y'all, they the main ones getting flipped now. So if I go back to this pyramid, because rap did it, y'all. Rap sold millions of copies, so rap sold millions. Now let me prove to y'all why these numbers like that. These numbers are not like that because of the gay community. These numbers are like that because of everybody that got flipped. This also represents everybody that is DL, that's mixed up in all that shit. All right, that's what it's all about, y'all. Yep. So like I said, there's no more secrets, y'all. Everybody knows this shit. Guess who just now figuring it out? All right, no. I'm showing you the big humiliation. All right, look at Fabolous. Right in your face. Emily B now has a knockoff Fabolous. Sad. Sad. He's a content creator. Sad. She couldn't even get a light-skinned dude. She get a dude look like a knockoff Fabolous. She get a fake Fabolous, y'all. Emily B, you should have just stayed with Fabolous for this shit. They washed up, y'all. They done. They are done. They are done. See, I told you, man, they be in that house too long. See what happened? Emily B been in that house so long, y'all. Fabolous kept in that house. She got tired of being in the house for Diddy, man. So she went and got a content creator. The same content creator she was watching when he left her in the house, that's the one she got with. All right? So maybe one day I'm going to get one of my supporters, because that's what Emily B did. He's the same man she was sending cash apps to and super chats. Next thing you know, Emily B got with his ass, y'all. Fake ass Fabolous. Here you go. I told you, the last stripe when I started peeping, they was all feminine. When I started peeping them all grow their beard out. And they was all doing it. And I said, it seemed like when Diddy grew his beard out, he made all them grow their beard out. Fabolous, grow your beard out. Me, grow your beard out. Yo, we growing our beards out, y'all. Grow your beard out, y'all. That's how I looked at it. Never had a beard his whole life. That's what I was talking about. I know bros wore a beard their whole life. Whether it was skinny, big, thick, whatever. They always wore beards. I'm talking about dudes never wore beards in their life, started wearing beards. I know it's a gimmick. That's why I say this era was the most of monkey see, monkey do, y'all. That's what it was, because the proof is this generation was the most brainwashed by the internet, and it was men and women, y'all. But now, this is the only thing we're looking at. Are people still brainwashed? Because as of now, none of them are good, meaning all of them are disrespected. They're all embarrassing. They're all nobody. All right? So everybody's ragging them because they're out the closet and they're fucking idiots. Let's go back to Method Man. Because when Russell Simmons stick his rod in you, this is how you're going to be for the rest of your life. No. Method Man was getting plowed back then. That's right. What he got on? A blueberry outfit, which means what? He's fruity. This is how the industry trolls them. The industry, when I say everybody in on Hollywood, everybody know, I think Hollywood hit the reset button, y'all. I kept saying, I said, they hit the reset button. It was a time with no such thing as all on black. To do. I proved through the pictures. Wherever you see a rapper, you're going to see pink. I done showed you the shit. Because that's how the shit go. You see rappers, right? You see some pink right there, right? All right, then. No, it's the code of the black celebrity. I'm going to show y'all again. The black celebrity. See the pink in the back? See the pink on Jay-Z's wrist? Huh? Yeah, remember who brought you this knowledge? Ain't about shit. So, now look. Let me show you again. Because they crafted with this coding. It's one particular coding one I want to show you. Well, you're going to see it right here. You're going to see that pink right there. Yeah, it's always going to be in your face. It's one where they did it real slick. Oh, let me go back to that Method Man picture. Let me show you. It's always going to be there, y'all. See that? Look to the left corner. See the pink? Back in the cannon. It's always going to be there. Whenever you see them black entertainers, you always see that pink. That's the code. And they have to be in that mode. They have to. And it's not about what they do. That shows you the industry knows. Yes, you guys are blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, bananas, all of that. Watermelons, eggplants, that's y'all. It's all in the script. That's why it's called selling out, y'all. Because they get to a point where they know exactly what they gotta do, but they don't want to stop getting the money. So they keep doing the shit. That's your proof. And a clown, this your representation, these are your people. This your generation, 40s, 50s, which mean what? Nothing. Why? That was the whole plan. We laid this shit down in Little Richard days. And when y'all come get that money from us, we gonna flip y'all ass. And y'all job is to go out there and flip your people. It's reverse everything they do. Y'all job ain't to inspire your people to be great. Y'all job is to make y'all people losers and weirdos. That's y'all job. Because that is backwards land. So I keep telling you, when they sold to the trickster, they didn't have no clue who the trickster was. Because the people that also set up these systems knew. They knew this shit. The people that set these systems up knew that. They'll do anything for the money. They'll do anything for the money. So you know what that means? They knew that shit. They'll do anything for the money. So that also mean that they'll just do it, but they ain't gonna be all in. They'll try to finesse us. They'll try to cheat us. Yeah, they'll do it, but they ain't gonna keep it going. They'll just do it for the money. They do anything for the money. If they find out we giving out money to put on a skirt, well, we know already a lot of them gonna put on skirts for the money, but that don't mean they fruity for real. They're gonna just do it for the money. So we got a system set up where they ain't gonna be able to trick us. When they sign up for this money, not only are they gonna be fruity, they're gonna stay fruity. And that's why they got that system set up. So you're gonna see you see how the longer Whoopi Goldberg stayed in, she had to keep going. Denzel, last movie, he stayed around long, right? What he said, he had to say he kissed a man. Denzel never said that. But see, it's levels to them. They've been around so long, Whoopi, time to come out. Denzel, time to come out. Denzel said he kissed a man. He came out, y'all. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. When you understand that everything that came out, you heard about them, it was the truth. Anything sexual, the truth. Because that's their world. They're the world of that. The freaks. Yeah. Sex. Sex. That's who they are, y'all. All right? You got it now. It's very clear. All right? She looked like the Predator, right? Did I not just break down the Predator a couple weeks ago? Did I not break down what the dreads mean? Do she not like the Predator? No, it's on purpose. Y'all looks gonna come out of TV. Y'all looks gonna come out of movie. At any time we feel like it, they can take a character out of a movie and make that a person. You gonna buy it. She looks like the Predator on purpose. Because the dreads represent Predator. The dreads represent thug. Dreads represent criminal, rebellious one. That's what they represent. But they wanted to represent that. Huh? They wanted it to represent that. They also are the ones that trick the world, men, to have pride in their hair. So when I said, why does men hair look better than women hair? I just told you. Because they taught men to take more pride in their hair than women. Woman, they taught y'all to trash our shit. Cut it. I'm talking about to cut my hair. Cut it. Permanent. See that? They taught the men to take care of it. Cherish it. Take pride in your hair. See the difference? Because they say the book said men ain't supposed to do that and women ain't supposed to do this. So they said, men, you're going to do this. Woman, you're going to do that. Huh? That's how it played out. No. The thing is, that whole concept with men and hair, that was never supposed to happen. Meaning, men was never supposed to be attached to their hair. That was all part of the trick. Why? Because back then, there was no such thing as men being attached to their hair. No such thing as that, y'all. All that shit started after this. Because what's the trick? The trick is, once we have to get you to pay attention to your hair as a man, that's the steps of you being feminine. Jerry Curl. That's how we flipped all you Jerry Curl gangs in LA. We put feminine in all y'all bloodline that were born from Jerry Curl. Once a man has to do something to his hair, that's feminine. I gotta do this real quick. What my activate there? What my head? That's feminine, y'all. I'm a barber. I know this shit. Men ain't supposed to just brush their shit, whatever they got, and go. That's it. Put a hat on, go. No, once you got anything, once you got to deal with treatment, that's why it was called what? A process. Anytime you got to deal with process, that's feminine. I got to get up. I got to put on this, put on. That's a process. That's feminine, bro. How I say, they groomed feminine behavior and made it natural for decades. No, anytime I got to do this to my hair, pat it right, anytime I got to do anything extra, that's feminine. See that? Bro, when they had bro walking around, yo, patting his hair, I got to get my hair braided, man. That's feminine, bro. Just didn't know that. Damn, I got to get a retwist. It's feminine, bro. Why? As a man, if you had that stupid-ass hairstyle, you still be doing what you got to do. But since you got to do something because your hair, that's feminine. You got to stop what you're doing as a man. Damn, I get my hair done. Feminine, bro. And then you're going to see the lifestyle was tricked where men doing it more than women. And had to do it more than women and been like that. All right? So hopefully I get this concept of backwards. When he said change, you're going to be backwards. That's going to be our change. All right? And you did get changed. Why? Everything you once knew is no longer no more. Nothing. Everything you knew is gone. Every single principle, fiber. So that's why nobody respects you. So it's a reason why hip-hop is disgraced. And when I say hip-hop lightly, I'm talking about the whole culture. From the golf player, I kept telling you, the athletes, LeBron James still on the hot seat, embarrassed. Is that a coincidence? The top golf player of all, embarrassed. Is that a coincidence? No, it's not. You guys are being written out of history. And as this shit go down, it's a big humiliation and laughter. That's what's going on, y'all. All the new people around. Everybody's watching that. Now all this stuff start happening now. No, y'all, it's a campaign, like I said. And what else I say? They're not cutting no more checks. That's why Emily B had to get a goddamn content creator. Because I kept, what I say, family, in the last day, everybody black gonna be a podcaster, right? A content creator, right? I'm gonna keep showing it to y'all. Because there's no such thing as nobody going up. They're only gonna go down, y'all. Huh? Podcast is the underground. Content creator is the underground. That's the lowest you're gonna go. YouTube is the underground, y'all. It's the lowest you're gonna go. So I keep telling you, this is where they all at. It's called fall from grace for a reason. They call fallen angels for a reason. But when you fall, you never get back up, y'all. There's no such thing as a fallen angel flying again. It's not gonna happen. They all are on this level. Why the hell you think your whole life you've never seen Terrence Howard do nothing like that? You ain't never seen Terrence Howard on no podcast. But what I said in the last day, they all gonna be podcasters, right? All right then. All Terrence Howard got to do now is start his own. Because you know for a fact that fool ain't never been talking on no podcast. They was Hollywood. They say they interviews for TV. You know, they say they were saving their interview for TMZ. Keke Palmer movie ass on the internet. Terrence Howard movie ass on the internet. You've been seeing all because they ain't got no fucking jobs. Then they gonna tell you that? They ain't gonna tell you that? You mean to tell me they've been in the industry 30 years and give you not one Hollywood story? Not one? No. You're watching it, y'all. That's why I be telling y'all, rag their ass. Have fun with it. They ain't broke. They're finished, y'all. Y'all don't want to still salute them. Oh, Terrence Howard. Fool, they are finished. They are like they like that person from your neighborhood that made it, went rich, moved out the hood, shitted on you, went to Hollywood, left your ass. Then come back when they broke. So, what's up? I miss you, man. What's up, y'all? You gonna let them back in? You gonna let them get back down? Hell no. We're gonna let you get back down, all right? But first, we got a lot of jokes. Then you back. Yeah. Humiliation. No, y'all, they're desperate. You ain't never seen that fool do that in your life. That fool was on goddamn Fox, Lucius. Where you at now? A shit called peanut butter and jelly. Huh? A nobody. He can't take it no more. He's going broke. He's humiliated. You got your proof. You know Terrence Howard big. You know Method Man was big. Here's your proof. What's their age? 40s, 50s. What that mean? Their era has passed. Anybody under them, your era has passed. If you're on the same shit. You're watching your generation be disgraced or the people you looked up to. But the thing is, are you going to be disgraced? I told you at this point, it's nothing but liars and smoke chasers. The big dogs have fallen already. You're now watching the little flunkies and has-beens and nobodies. All right? You're looking at the people that have been around forever but still couldn't win at this game. Huh? They already been used and abused and they wasn't smart. Because I told you, even Little Richard was smarter than they ass. That's right. Little Richard knew what he had to do. No, they was worried about the fame and playing with us. When I told you on the gram, all they was doing was flossing on y'all. Flossing. Flossing when they was winning. We don't want to hear that shit now. Go back where y'all from. All right? And pay homage to Little Richard. Because all y'all Little Richard, fool. All y'all Little Richard. So on that note, I'm the one that gave Little Richard his clout. Also, Little Richard is one of the famous faces of the rainbow community. All right? He makes them proud because he did it. You know what I'm saying? But he had to risk his life. It was no such thing, a little Richard looking straight. He would have been slaughtered. All right? And he was in Georgia. Him and his whole family been taken out. He wanted to get out of racist-ass Georgia, so his ass sold out. And he told the world he sold his soul to the devil, but he really was talking about the damn white man, y'all. He was talking about the white man because that white man was down with Lucifer, and they were going to make his ass be pink, and they were going to make his ass flip. They knew that shit. He basically was telling you he got down with Lucifer, and he had to do what he had to do. And that's what he did. But for your generations, they lied in your face for 30 years and still lying. And still got YouTube channels. Meanwhile, no, they all are the same. Pick one. Look at every apple don't fall far from the tree, right? Look at his son. Look at the lipstick. Look at his daughter. Look at the masculinity. All right, then. It's the hip-hop game. For the money, you shall all be weirdos. Now go make sure you check out the Pink program. Get your membership so you won't be late. Because we've been laughing at all y'all ass. You would have been known about Mano. You would have been known about Slim Thug. You would have known about Big Daddy Kane, Slick Rick, and we probably some more, man. Yeah, man, ain't 3 hours for nothing, like I said. Like I said, man, trying to tell y'all don't listen, right? Don't listen to me. Just know I'm always going to get my laughs on because that's what I do. I laugh at people in real life. It's right. So I'll be waiting for certain people to go live, and I just want to watch people watch them. That should be funny to me. I'm talking about the celebrities, y'all. Yep. All them big celebrity platforms. You know what's up with them. Because the last joke is black people. A lot of these bastards trying to make the last of their money, and they still think y'all don't know they baby oil. That's the funny shit. That's the funny shit. Yeah, I think even in particular YouTuber got it. I think his name Corey, something like that. Yeah, a lot of them, all of them, man. Yeah, on that note, where y'all at? Now to my people real quick. I ain't done yet. What's up? Hold on, let me read the chat. What's up, Tamiko? What's up, Ted? What's up, EK? Tanya? Hold up. What's up, Vilma? I don't believe him in 2003 in Hollywood, a seminar, we were told, you want to be in Hollywood? Bend over. Bend way over. Hey, man, that's why I said always been there, y'all. We ain't want to believe that shit. Nah, you know what it was, too? We thought it was just like certain people. We thought, you know what I'm saying? That's why I keep using these words like picking and choosing because that's what we did. I rock with them. Man, I don't care about that. That's how it was. You might hear about this person, but you ain't thinking, but damn, this person be with that person. You know, I was looking at it like that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it was this internet. When everybody started, I started noticing, I said, yo, there's all this gay stuff coming out, but nobody ain't saying nothing. So that's why I started peeping. I was like, yo, I seen so much stuff where they was talking about, like with Kanye going to red, they all on his ass. But I started seeing with some fruity shit happen, nobody say nothing. I'm talking about when Bobby Vanna, nobody saying nothing. That's why I started putting together. I said, hold on, man. People not keeping the same energy concern. Shit. I started saying, now I start looking at, well, damn, who married? Then I start looking at, well, who got their girls? Then I start looking at, well, damn, how many pictures they got with girls? I start looking at, it's just going to add up. 1,000 episodes. I'm like, yo, this shit clear now. I done went through pictures for over 3 years. These fools ain't got pictures with women like that. And then I'm like, yo, these fools ain't like women like that. So I can look at Dream Champions and count on my hand. How many women they interview? I start looking at it like, man, the whole shit. They cater to men. They were doing men. That's cool. But it's not balanced out with women. I didn't see Nori with as much women as I was seeing with men. Nori got a wife, he hotter. Fat Joe got a wife, he hotter. You know what that means? They don't really care about their wife like that. They love the bros. You know what I'm saying? They love the bros. You see Gucci Man, you see his wife. Yeah, Gucci Man don't do the bros, but you gonna see his wife like you see the bros. It's balanced out. These guys, they deal with their wife on that regular shit, man. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Fabolous. Emily be in the house. They got to say, that's why I say I peep all their patterns. Fred Montana, he ain't have no girl. Rick Ross, he ain't have no girl. All people know that shit. Y'all just put it all together. Nelly, he ain't have no girl. I want to say Nelly got married late. Nelly ain't have no girl. I put it all together. Just kept going, putting it together, y'all. Then I started looking at how they deal with women. Even they don't know how to deal with women because they really ain't like. It just took a while. Yeah. Then on YouTube, same shit. That's how I knew. The men with it, they just keep catering to men. Same shit. With the men, they start talking about certain shit. It's just the same thing, man. It's all the same. Because they all the same. Like I keep telling you, you're going to see they from the same place. Yeah. Because it's under hip-hop, y'all. Yup.
So when I say New York was the fruitiest, it's only because of hip hop, the home of hip hop. And when hip hop was established, it was established by the gay people that had their hands in it. And that's why it was always like that. And the New York rappers were the first to get the deals and the first to sell out. So they was the first ones pink, man. So when I said they took it to Atlanta, I gave you the proof. You know what I'm saying? Meaning they took it to a next level. What's the next level, y'all? I'm going to show you in your face. That's why it's called levels for a reason. New Yorkers took it to the next level. Huh? Little Rich and all of them, it was always like that. Rainbow, but they went down there and went to the next level. The level we at now is where they took it to. What? The cross-dress BBL. All right? The highest level. Because remember, when they were cross-dressing back then, they were just doing that shit regular. No, they took it to another level. That's why they crowned the top of the top. All right? And that's what happened. And who did it? Bingo. So I told you, everybody got trolled. Because they know for a fact it was a particular generation that got highly educated, and they're highly educated now. And that's it. And it was a good change. On that note, I'm going to get out of here. Respect to everybody. And that's that. Time has changed. Everything I'm showing you is the past. If you didn't get over it, that means you got some psychic evaluation to do. I'm going to say it again. People don't understand. It is good to get therapy. Therapy is okay. It gives you the chance to release all of this stuff. But I've been done it. This shit is traumatizing. It will make you weird. It is depressing. It is horrible. It is deceiving. It is everything wicked and foul. And you have to get over it. If you do not, your life will be trashed and destroyed. It's just what it is. This is a sickness. This is AIDS. This is coke, crack, all that all together. It's everything. Huh? It's everything, y'all. Nothing good at all. Where Lil Snoop at? That punk sound Lil Snoop where he at? I think Meek Mill try to get Lil Snoop, which I think. Now that you know they booty bandits, you gonna tell me he ain't trying to get Lil Snoop? Because remember, you get done to them, you gotta do it to somebody else. He signed somebody, it got done to him. Did he try to sign Lil Snoop? And Lil Snoop said, "No, I ain't with that." And being that Lil Snoop could have put him on blast and ruined his career? Huh? I keep telling y'all, man, ain't nobody safe. Nobody's safe. Snoop signed with a punk like that. I told you they more pinker than pink. You got proof, y'all. You see Meek Mill more fruity than Elton John. It's right in your face. No, Philly. Elton John, no brotherly love. He was going there before y'all were born. You know that. Told you, man. Peace out. Peace out. Look at me. Peace out. We are on a Tuesday. Got your girl blowing up on a Tuesday. Look at Meek Mill. Peace out. That's how y'all do. Now, the truth is, y'all, I be trolling my ass off, man, but I'll tell you, Philly, I be doing that shit because my family from yours. I got family there, fool. Okay? Straight up. So, I got real family. I'm talking about family unions, all that shit. I'm talking about I got real family, man. Arts and shit. It's just that it's a part of my family that I ain't grow up with because, you know what I'm saying, my grandmother, father, he started a whole other family there. You know what I'm saying? He started a whole other family there, and he made sure we knew our family and shit, but I ain't grow up with them, but I know them. You know what I'm saying? So most of my Philly stuff when I was young, I was going back grown, but the truth is I got family in Philly, man. You know what I'm saying? The truth is I go Philly right now on foot. I know the fuck I'm at and what to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I fuck with Philly like that. Meaning I know the real Philly, and I know damn well Meek Mill ain't the real Philly. That's why I be joking and say he ain't no real Philly, never was. AR was a real Philly, man. Damn, keep telling y'all that. AR was a real Philly, man. That's why you gonna see everybody else around. Somehow AR that's gone. Then you gonna look at AR. What he do? Regular shit, get money in the hood with the people, helping with the property, doing regular shit, chilling. What happened? Bingo. Who was on his ass? Who was doing their homework? Who was clocking him the whole time? Birdman. What you doing, Ad? What you got going on, man? Ad probably tell him, man, we getting this money doing this. You don't even know Birdman with that shit. Yup. All of us would get that. All of us watching. Trust me, Gilly was against AR. All of us. Me, all of them. Because what? AR wasn't industry, y'all. In this game, when you're not them, it's a problem. Hopefully you get it now. If you're not with them, it's a problem, PNB Rock. What you want to see, Philly? All your best artists, somehow something happened. And somehow Meek Mill's still around. He was the main one in favor some kind of way.
Because you still didn't get it. He was with the program. That's why. That's why. Not because he's the nicest rapper. Not because he was the best in Philly. Because he did the most. He was in favor. You get it? He slept around, y'all. He did a whole lot. That's why. And he was so scared in Philly, he had to have a lot of muscle. You know what I'm saying? He's scared. No, y'all, he was a punk. Straight up. So like I said, man, shout out LL, shout out the real Philly 215, man. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I say that because they got to be corrected. Ain't nobody else correct it. I'll correct it. No, Philly ain't like that. It's just punks like him. That's it. All right? Punks like him. I told you, they get people on purpose. They purposely pick that little black dirty boy that they saw with that smooth face and that nappy hair, and they knew they could turn his ass out and get what they want out of him. Then Meek Mill came back, what he kept talking about, my money, you broke nigga, I get money, you broke. That's all he was saying. Because they said that what they say, after they sell their soul, they say that's what Little Richard used to say, call me whatever you want, just don't call me broke. So all that broke talk, it come from those sissified rappers. Because Little Richard used to say that, call me whatever you want, just don't call me broke. So Meek Mill came back after he got plowed, you broke nigga. See? That was whole shit. Flex on y'all and Maybachs changed. That's why we got money, y'all broke. No, when anybody say that, that's when he got penetrated. That's how it worked, y'all. On that note, I'm out. Look at Russell's sneaky ass. The truth is on Russell's face what he did to Jay-Z, y'all. You will clearly see Russell turn it. You can see Russell and Diddy turn him into a puppet on a string. You can tell clear as day. Just know at this time, before this is his first time ever in his life trying to do something political. Just know that they made him do that. Huh? So when you saw, just know they made him be blue. They made him be Jay-Z blue. They made him do that shit. Meanwhile, guess who they was with the whole time? Bingo. All right? He's not called a dealer for no reason, y'all. The reason why he's a dealer, he made you think he was the corniest, the stupidest, and the goofiest, and the most clown. Meanwhile, he the most powerful one out of all they ass. That's why he incriminated every single last one of them idiots. All right? You will see that your president, he trying to get his shit together. All right? He's a rookie. He's trying to get together, and you'll see the dealer trying to work with him. All right? Because the dealer said, I ain't got nothing to do with this shit. All right? We out.
Russell Simmons turned Method Man to a blueberry man. Russell Simmons turned Method Man to a blueberry. You watching the after effects of everybody that was on Def Jam label, man. This is what Russell Simmons did to them, man. I tell you, man, they came in straight. They got that money, but there you go. You forgot. They get turned out by the money. Then they start liking that stuff back there, and they get turned out, y'all. That's what happens, man. Look at them, Method Man. Joe Budden, jerking off dogs, getting caught in trouble. You see the pattern? Russell Simmons pimped all day ass out. I'm not playing with y'all. The proof is in y'all face. It's the same thing, bro. Yo, if you heard that this father was touching on his kids, but you had no proof, but you see all these kids walking around weird. Come on now, it's in your face. Jay-Z, Method Man. You heard about Ja Rule going to room with dildo, Def Jam. I mean, you got the proof now, y'all. Jim Jones, I'm proving to y'all. He didn't want to marry Chrissy. All right, let's go. Come on now. Where Dame Dash's wife at? No, y'all. They all exposed, y'all. They all exposed. Why? Let's say it together. They stuck around too long. That's why. We out.